All aboard the animation station, taking a journey through the Pixar cinematic universe. Our next stop will be Pixar's fourth feature film, Monsters Inc. from 2001. Now, here's the guy who would always love a sushi celebration on his birthday, Felipe Chamon, the titular Brazilian dragon. And as always, on this project, I am joined by the top scarer of Monstropolis, the king of snow cones, AJ Norris. AJ, how are you doing today?
I'm doing so good, Felipe. I am super excited to be talking about Monsters Inc. I think this has been one of the most hypest movies I've been waiting to watch, and I'm so happy it was so early on in the game. Because let me tell you something. This was a fun one. I like this.
I had a lot of fun, and behind the scenes, I am a little sick and under the weather. But it makes sense that Monsters Inc. is for this because I have vivid memories of staying home sick and watching Monsters Inc. on the Disney Channel at like 10 in the morning on a random Tuesday when I was a kid because that's what it was on. So it makes sense that Monsters Inc. because that is the only Pixar memory I have associated with sickness,
Mm.
and being home. No, that's not true. I told my incredible story with the incredible cereal earlier in this series, but that is we'll recap that when we get to Incredibles in a couple weeks. But we
Felipe,
are
there's like a non-zero chance I do not listen to you when you talk because I feel like this is the first time you brought up an incredible cereal. I was like, I cannot
oh
believe that exists.
yeah, the incredible cereal that they did cross promotion with. It's gonna be relevant because I threw up one time in school in second grade and it was all red after because I had just eaten the incredible cereal. Sorry to get so graphic so early on in the Monsters Inc. podcast, but we're here for the scares.
It's a podcast about monsters. Y'all better be scared.
Ah!
Oh.
But AJ, overall, just like fresh takes on Monsters Inc. Like, how are we feeling? Did you enjoy rewatching this?
I enjoyed rewatching this. Um, I think it was a fun movie. I enjoyed all the characters. I think it was a great characters. It was a very quick movie. And I know we talked about this before, like Pixar has a good at coming in and out like really quick, 90 minutes hit it. However, I really felt like 90 minutes. It's like, oh, this went by so fast. This went by so quick.
I I agree. Maybe I wonder what it is. Like, I would love to ask a researcher or a psychologist perhaps about like when you're a kid, why these movies feel like longer, but then when you're an adult, because like the pacing in these films are so efficient and strong, but it's also like we know these scenes so well
Mhm.
because I've seen this movie countless times. And so I was like, oh, I know all these scenes, but then like where they arrive, it's like, oh wow, we're moving very quick in this movie.
Mhm.
And you have
I also think this is probably like the second most quotable movie so far. Like there was like a lot of things I was just saying along with it. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember this. I like this.
I, I agree. I think this is the second most quotable. Like we discussed the difference between Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and how Toy Story 2 is not as quotable. It is
Mhm.
very quotable as well, but like in different ways. But Monsters Inc., I mean, there's so many quotes. Did you have one that came from this rewatch that you were like, oh my God, I forgot about this movie, like the OR doctor from Toy Story 1?
The no, see, here's the thing. I think that was a different one because it was like I didn't even remember that quote, and that was such a good one.
Yeah. For me, there was one
Let
that
me think.
stood out. I sent you an image of it, but like my favorite character in this movie
You sent
is
me
the little blob that is being interviewed after the Boo attack at Harryhausen's, and he says,
yes.
"quote She picked me up with her mind control and shook me like a doll." And I love that quote. Like he is my new favorite character of the Pixar universe. And then the other eavesdropper who's like, "Yes, I saw it with my eyes," and has like 10 eyes. And I was just like, I that for me is like my favorite. Like that's my laugh out loud moment from this rewatch.
I'll say the quote that like I wasn't expecting the most that I enjoyed was when Mike was like, "You like cars? I got a really nice car, and I'll let you take a ride in the car."
Yeah, he really was like, I'm not letting fungus touch my car.
No, no,
No.
no, no.
Yeah.
And then he
Like
was like,
even in
Randall.
peril.
He was like, Randall said I'm not allowed to fraternize with
With
the
the,
victims of his evil of his evil plot.
yeah, there's so many funnies in this movie too. And just like I feel like because we assume Mike Wazowski's like a more quotable, funny character, but like a lot of the other characters have so many giggles in this film. Not just Mike Wazowski, and I'm excited to like dive deeper. But like AJ, first things first, we gotta celebrate you because somebody had a birthday in the interim since our last podcast. How was your birthday?
I, I don't know if listeners understand what I'm going through right now. I spent my birthday studying for the bar. It was not not celebratory. Not well, there were some celebrations that happened, but it wasn't like oh, I did something special. Like most of my day was spent in the library, just going away at the books, being like, you know what? I will forgive myself in the future when I pass that bar.
You will go hard on July 29th. We can have a dual birthday this year.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'll be doing on July 29th, Felipe, and that will be sleeping.
Sleeping.
I will-
Real. Yeah. But and also in updates, I went to my high school reunion where I caught this
Woo!
cold, and that was a crazy time, 10 years. But that was just like some life updates since our last recording session for Toy Story 2. And the main reason we stopped down here was because I wanted to ask AJ, what is his ideal birthday meal? Did he have sushi like Celia?
Um,
Or
so
is
this
AJ
no.
about to reveal that he doesn't like sushi?
So as a kid, I hated sushi. Like I think I ate sushi twice as a kid. I spit it out the first time, and I think I spit it out the second time as well. Um, then I got older and I found this sushi place that I really liked. And so I think I like sushi. I haven't had sushi from any place up but that place. So we don't know.
We don't know
Um,
yet.
to answer your question, like, listen, let me think. Like, I think I'll be happy with as long as I like the food. I don't mind what I eat. This year I got some shrimp and grits. Love me some shrimp and grits. Um, so I like those type of foods. Give it to me.
We love that AJ had a nice birthday meal at the very least.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love sushi. That's probably my favorite food. Like I love raw salmon. Like inject that into my veins.
Like the
Uh,
idea of raw food was like such a wild concept to me as a child. Like, what do you like? I wouldn't eat the chicken if it wasn't like white enough. I was like, what do you mean you're eating something that's not even cooked at all?
raw fish though, like that's crazy. Like we love it. Raw chicken, that's it's a whole other level of crazy because that I would not eat. But raw fish, absolutely inject it into me.
Like now I'm on board. Now
No,
I'm somewhat on board.
like raw chicken is crazy. Like that's
No,
salmonella.
I still want to eat raw chicken. I'm just saying, like, if it wasn't like, even if I like, what was the thing? You know how they say, oh, no sane person would get a steak well done. As a child, I was like, no, cook it all the way through. I don't want to see any sign of life.
If
I
there's
don't,
anything red in there, I will return this to the kitchen.
honestly, throw it on the ground. It does not deserve my plate. It does.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so
Or
help
still
me.
help me.
Um, yeah. I just wanted to chat about like favorite birthday meals because, Celia has a birthday. How old do you think Celia turned? 31?
uh, uh, uh,
How old do you think these characters are?
these characters, I feel like
40s?
young.
Young? Okay, like I feel like
They're like there's like they're listen and listen. I'm not saying you cannot live together when you're older and be pursuing stuff when you're older,
I
but
feel like
like
they're
it
early
feels
mid
like
30s.
it sounds to me it's like James is like the new hot thing, if that makes sense. Like
Mm.
a Patrick Mahomes at his start of his run, where it's like he was doing some great stuff and he's so excited he could be breaking all these records. I don't feel like he's in his 30s yet. Like maybe like 27, 28.
That pains me that he's at the top of his career so early, whereas I'm like struggling. But maybe me like Water News definitely like loved him.
If well, here's the thing. It felt like like here's the thing. I get they worked in a factory,
Yeah.
but the way they were treating it was like they were like athletes, and
Oh,
athletes peak are
100%.
like young, and like athletes don't understand what it's like to be like sleep on the wrong side of the bed to be like, I have a bad day today.
Well, it's funny that you should mention that. Should we get into like the history? Because there's a lot of like discussion about like James P. Sullivan being like a star NFL player, and that's how they like designed him. And like,
Let's talk about it.
yes. So this is Monsters Inc. Before we get into the history, what is your memory as a kid? Like I mentioned mine being sick, but like I have other memories as well. Even at a Brazilian restaurant with a sushi buffet. It was on when I was a kid. But like, what is your history with Monsters Inc.?
I love my Monster Inc. as a kid. Like I have like such strong memories watching it. I had a Sully toy. Um, so I used to play with him a lot. Um, so I don't think it's one of the ones where I was like a Finding Nemo where I was like I was obsessed with this movie, but it was like a movie that I like have like fond memories of watching like many times over. Like the intro, I think I've watched the intro hundreds of times. Like every point I can hum along to it. Even when the snake was taking the M, the letters, I was like, yep, it's all there. It's all right there. I don't know why I love this intro. It was such a fun intro.
I remembered it being a lot longer as a kid. I don't know. It like went fast this rewatch. I was like, wait, already? Like I thought this was like so much longer of an intro.
Mm.
But and then also like the first scene, which I feel like I wonder if it scared a lot of kids early on because like it starts a little spooky and we see that it's a comedy immediately. But I wonder, I should ask my parents if I was ever scared of that scene when I was younger, before he like falls on the ball and like jumps around. But like when we see the red eyes and like the spookiness, um,
I think I was a kid where it's like the door to my closet cannot be open. I
oh,
refuse.
100%. Yeah,
Like,
no, this movie was like, oh, keep the closet closed.
close it.
Um, and yeah, it would be like that for many, many years. But I remember like I a lot of my core memory of this movie was like watching the VHS tapes and DVD of Toy Story and Toy Story 2 because of the preview where Mike and Sully open the door with a key card, like a credit card. They
Mhm.
unlock the door and then they like Mike is spinning around pretending he's Saturn and like they're like, this is Magnolia. We were supposed to go to Mongolia. I'll send it to you after the
Okay,
podcast. But
because
like it
I
was
had
like
no
it's the
memory of
teaser
that.
trailer. I rewatched it before this taping as well, but
Ah,
just like that was something. And then I just remember being on randomly, like at the restaurant that I mentioned when I was sick at on the Disney Channel. Like I watched it a ton, but like Finding Nemo or Toy Story, it wasn't on as often, but it's probably like in that second tier where it's like Incredibles and Monsters Inc. Like I watched it a ton, but it wasn't as much as like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Finding Nemo. Like it was probably like right under them, but this is definitely probably like in my top five of like most watched Pixar
like
movies.
of the movies we watched so far, I have watched this the most.
Okay,
Like full stop.
more so than Bug's Life at Daycare.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think
Whenever
so.
you
Still,
when you
I
told
I
that
still think
story,
so.
when you told that story, I remember like in after school program we had this show every year, and every year I feel like they put on Happy Feet afterwards. So that was my like.
Happy Feet.
Are we gonna talk about
Interesting.
Happy Feet one day?
Season 4.
Season four, Penguins. Yeah. Do you remember March of the Penguins?
No, I don't.
It was like that Morgan Freeman documentary, but I don't know why. Like I was like, I really want to watch this movie as like a third grader. I was like, my little nerd brain, I guess. But then I
You
fell
know,
asleep watching it.
I might have watched it in science class. Now that you say that,
Yeah.
I have memories of that man narrating at least a documentary in my science class.
That man is the voice of God.
Actually, I've seen Bruce Almighty.
Um, Anywho, this movie is from 2001. It is Pixar's fourth film. It premiered at the El Capitan Theater on October 28th, 2001, where they had the Toy Story 5 premiere this week. Any
Woo.
Toy Story 5 things that like percolated the AJ
Nope.
streets? No. Do you want me to say something or no?
I'll say what you want.
How do you feel about Taylor Swift writing the song for Toy Story 5?
You know what? I did see that she did write a song for Toy Story 5. Um, Here's my honest opinion. Swifties do not come at me.
That's literally what Navi said. Or was it Will? One of them said that. Here, I
I
will
t
I will clip that part and I will send you that specific part so you can listen to that discussion.
That's funny. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Here's my 2 cents. And actually, this has nothing to do with the song. Like Taylor Swift seems like the type of artist who should have been away for like 7, 8 years at this point, and like her pop up on this thing would not be a surprise based on her earlier stuff. But now that she's here, I'm like, but she hasn't left the cultural zeitgeist, so I'm like, why are you here? We do
I'm
not need you around.
I'm literally reheating my own nachos that I shared on the other podcast, but basically my take is that like
Like I feel like a Jordan Sparks type, right? Where we haven't heard from Jordan
I
Sparks in a
love
while, but
Jordan
like
Sparks. Do not disrespect my queen. Like one step
no
at a
no
time.
no, I think like Jordan Sparks is the perfect type of person to do like a song for Toy Story.
Mhm.
Like where it's like we have she has such an amazing voice. She has a great catalog, but she hasn't done anything of much impact in a long time, let's be honest. But I'm super excited. I'm like, oh, look at Jordan.
I love Jordan Sparks. The way they use Foley sound effects with the footsteps to get the clicks and clacks in one step at a time. Oh, that deserves a Grammy if it hasn't won one already. But yeah, no, basically I'm just like it feels like Taylor Swift the brand is very exhausting. Like it just feels like,
Mhm.
oh, how are we gonna shoehorn Taylor Swift into like and I understand why Disney and Pixar are going after her because of how much, but I'm tired. I'm so tired by Taylor Swift the brand. And just like, girl, stand up, say something about human rights for once.
She also like and listen, I understand the good stuff that she's done, the people that like her music. Again, don't come at me. I do not care. But she don't have a unique sound. She genuinely does not. Whereas
Her
like I think
Modern
like
day
everything
stuff
I've
is
seen.
atrocious in my opinion. I'm sorry. Like the Swifties are coming after me, not AJ, but
Here's the thing. I haven't listened to her new stuff to know if it's good or bad.
everything I have listened to sounds the same. It just like there's some stuff that's catchy, but I'm just like I'm my take has always been like Country Taylor was my preferred, then Pop Taylor was the best, and now this like new stuff like since like the pandemic, I'm just like eh.
Listen.
Her best
I
song
will
is "You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home" from Hannah Montana, sung by Miley Cyrus.
I will always be a defender of Delicate. I feel like that is a really fun song. I love that song by her. I get some of her country stuff being good and some of her pop stuff being good. It depends on the song if I liked it. With that being said, well, like early Disney movies, and I think actually a lot of the more recent Disney movies has like a unique sound to them, where
Mhm.
it's like resonates with them. And Taylor Swift does not bring any sound that I think should associate with Toy Story.
It's just been like four straight movies of Randy Newman, Toy Story 5, Taylor Swift, and I'm like, no, give me back Randy Newman. I didn't ask for this. I want Newman. I want that growl. Give me
Yeah.
him. He's an actual talented songwriter. I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Anyways, so yeah, so Monsters Inc., El Capitan
Taylor,
Theater. You had something else to say
I was
about
about to
Taylor
say
Swift?
Taylor Swift, please come on the podcast. Let's talk.
Oh yeah, I
Let's
will
talk.
happily interview you. We can
Let's
hash
talk.
this out live on air. If you want to talk Taylor Swift, like, listen, we can talk about this. Like, I think she has talent. I wouldn't be dogging her. I just think that like she's very much catering to a demo and she's like easing up on the brake on the pedal and I'm like no, go back to some of the original stuff that made you interesting. I don't know, like I thought the country and pop stuff was a lot more interesting and I felt like Taylor Swift as a brand is just like ever present. Like girl, why are you at the Knicks game? You're from like Oklahoma or something. No, she's not from Oklahoma, she wouldn't be at the Spurs game, but she's from like Tennessee. Like sit down, why are you at the Knicks game? Please stand up.
Well, she doesn't seem like she likes basketball, but you know.
Yeah. So the premiere in the US was November 2nd, 2001. So this did the press for October 28th, so like right between Halloween.
Woo.
This is a 92-minute film. It is tied with Toy Story 2 at this point in time for second longest, Bugs Life being the longest, and Toy Story 1 being the shortest of the four. This is the first Pixar movie not directed by John Lasseter. This one's directed by Pete Docter from a screenplay by Andrew Stanton, Daniel Gerson. It's a story by Doctor, Jill Colton, Jeff Pigeon, and Ralph Eggleston. And it stars John Goodman as Sully, Billy Crystal as Mike, Steve Buscemi as Randall, James Coburn as Waternoose, Jennifer Tilly as Celia, and Mary Gibbs as Boo. The development began in 1996. The idea was conceived in 1994 near Toy Story's completion. The new animation for fur and cloth was groundbreaking and exceptional. We got our fourth consecutive Randy Newman score. It was a budget of $115 million dollars, and it grossed at the box office $579.7 million, dollars, the third highest gross of 2001. Won an Academy Award for If I Didn't Have You, the song that we will be speaking about. Nominated for the inaugural Best Animated Feature against, the other two films that were nominated, or do you want me to tell you, AJ?
The year 2001. Tell me I'm not good.
So it lost to Shrek,
As it should have. No offense.
and the other movie that it was three nominations: Monsters Inc., Shrek, and The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
No.
Yes,
No.
yes. What a great movie! I need to get AJ's take on it. Do you remember when Carl Weezer like flies off in the butterfly?
In the
Like when they go
butterfly?
off in the roller coaster rides and they fly off to the planet?
No, I
And
don't
they get
remember
the Kids
this.
to America soundtrack. Oh my God, AJ, we are gonna rewatch Jimmy Neutron again at a certain point. That and Happy Feet can be season four,
That's funny.
or that can actually just go on Slime Time Rewind. We don't even have to like.
Sign time, rewind. Hey.
Yes, go check that out with Nicole. Nominated for Best Original Score and Best Sound Editing at the Oscars. And at the 1994 lunch, Doctor was tapping into his childhood. He was like, well, if toys come to life, what happens if monsters were in my closet? And that was kind of like the concept. It's like, what else is there in your bedroom? The
Can I
co
stop you real quick?
Stop me.
I made a statement before you started recording that got you worried. Here's my statement. This very much just felt like we're watching this a Toy Story rehash.
Okay, go on.
Like I feel like, and not to spoil like how our rankings are going to go at the end of the movie, but I feel like everything that they've done in Monster Inc. is Toy Story did better, and it's like not like I still have fun. I still enjoyed it. It was a new concept with monsters and stuff, and them having to take care of a child or stop this child. But I was never like, this is something new or interesting from Pixar. It's like I've seen something like this from Pixar already.
Interesting. I definitely have some disagreements in terms of like because uh the the plots are very different, right? Because they're like trying to protect a child versus I mean they're both I mean there's Andy who's like emotional his emotional well-being is considered,
Mhm.
but otherwise like they're physically protecting Boo. And this is like there's definitely shades of Toy Story. I'll give you that. Like the
Mhm.
buddy comedy film with the big elaborate set pieces. So like I get it. But like I definitely feel like there's enough different that like makes it stand on its own. It's just I see your point. Like I am curious to discuss this later.
Let's go.
Um, we'll unpack this throughout the conversation.
We'll unpack it.
The code name of this project was called Hidden City because of Pete Docter's favorite restaurant in Point City, I think. Or it's before they were in Emeryville, there was a different area that they were in, and Hidden City was this restaurant that he liked. So this was the code name for the production. In
Mhm.
February 1997, Dr. Harley Jessup Colton Pigeon got the treatment in. Um, and they did this story and artwork pitch in February 4th, 1997, with a refined version on May 30th. Veteran animator Joe Grant from Snow White, he suggested, like, he worked on the original Disney movie, Snow White in the 30s. He suggested Monsters Inc. title after the 1960 gangster movie Murder Inc. And this is like the first non-John Lasseter film. Leon Critch and David Silverman co-directed. They did an early test on October 11th of 1998 with the original concepts. Do you have anything to add about like just like the quick facts, or do you want to hear about some of the original concept and plot points?
I want to hear about the concept and quick points.
All right. The original concept of a 30-year-old dealing with childhood drawings come to life.
So he's 30.
No, no,
Okay.
no. This is a 30-year-old human dealing
Oh,
with childhood drawings of monsters coming to life.
oh.
But potentially, yeah, maybe this is like where it goes. Um, so then we get to the concept being about a buddy story between a monster and a child called Monsters. Um, do you want me to tell you what Sully's original name was, or do you
Tell me
want
what's
to play guessing game?
is the guessing game you're going to give me some options?
Yes.
Okay, let's guess.
Sully's original name was between Michelson, Johnson, and Pumbaa.
There's no way on God, like Pumbaa fits him the most, but there's no way on God's green earth it could have been Pumbaa. That's like a wild thing. uh, like I think Michelson, since they ultimately ended up with Mike Wazowski, like I'm assuming like Mike Wazowski literally came later, so let's go with Michelson.
It was actually Johnson. His name was Johnson originally.
Mm.
He's supposed to be this up and comer at this workplace. He has to scare children. And then between 96 and 2000, the details changed. So, Boo, do you want me? I'm going to tell you some three different places that Boo was originally from, and you're going to tell me the correct one in the draft. So,
Cool.
there was a draft where Boo was from Iceland. There was a draft where Boo was from Fiji, and there was a draft where Boo was from Ireland.
I
Which one
want
was
to
correct?
I want to say
Which one?
here's the thing. I started playing the game where I was like, I want to give you what I think is the best answer, but now I'm like, what would Felipe say? What would be two places that Felipe would make up? Uh, so let's go with Iceland.
Close. Ireland.
Ireland.
Ireland. Yeah, so Mary was there were drafts for Mary, which was Boo originally. Mary was from Ireland. There was a draft where Mary was black. There was a draft where Mary was 7 and had 4 brothers and she was tough. And it was that the plot was supposed to be about how Johnson was nervous about the downsizing at the company and he was jealous of the top performer, originally named Ned, who became Randall. And I believe Fungus, his name is Ned. I'm gonna fact check that real quick
While you fact check, can I tell you an opinion I've had my entire life?
about Ned Fungus Randall.
Yes.
Yes,
I've never felt like Randall was a good villain name. Like, no offense to the Randalls out there. Colin, but you do not have a name that like requires authority or power. So I never think of Randall as like, oh, this is someone that we have to fear.
Hmm.
So that is my bedtime 2 cents on the name Randall.
I have no idea where I got the idea that Fungus's first name was Ned because it just says Fungus here in the thing. Um, yeah, so we are gonna return to this note. So it's yeah, Randall. Do you think he would have been better as a Ned?
As a Ned,
Like when I think of Randall, I do think of this purple monster before I think about Randall from This Is Us.
see, I never watched this stuff, so that's not a hard thing for me to do. Um, I think Randall is better than Ned because Ned is also not a name that strikes fear to anybody.
Yeah, Ned, I
like
think of
like like like
Flanders.
like like Ned is like a better name for like fungus.
Thank you. I literally just said that,
You
right?
did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you 100%.
So Ned Fungus, that's his canonical name according to this podcast. So Johnson went between a scarer, a janitor, a refinery worker, and then throughout the drafts, Pixar was worried about the movie lacking empathy if monsters are scaring kids. So they were like, okay, how do we make these characters likable? And the shift was when they were like, let's make him a star quarterback.
Huh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, I don't maybe I just don't view star quarterbacks like that. But I guess so.
I mean,
I
maybe
have more empathy for a janitor than a star quarterback.
real. But it's also like, I mean, you can see it, and maybe it's because we're incepted with the Memories of Monsters University where he has the Letterman jacket, but it's also
Mm,
like, yeah, like Sully does have like football playing vibes, and we discussed this already.
yeah.
But or like scaring kids, I guess, was like seen as a sport more so than as like they were trying to like find ways to connect the audiences with the monsters. But um
I still think it was wild that you chose Pumbaa as one of the answers. That was so
so years ago, my
so.
friends Aaron and Allison got me the Squishmallow Timon and Pumbaa, and they sit on my desk. So
Mhm.
I was literally like looking around for something. I was like, Pumbaa. Um, come on, butt. Are you Mike and I'm Sully, or vice versa?
Am I Mike or are you Mike?
I think we're both
I think
funny, but I
you're more
think
Mike.
really okay.
I do. I do.
I feel like I'd be the one who interrupts you at a restaurant with your date to be like, "There's a child in the bag." Yeah, how do
I,
we like?
I feel like you are the person that's more quickly be like, yeah, we're just practicing for a play and just
Maybe I have a stronger improv background, but I think you're overall
you're
like
just
funnier and like you're I don't know. I feel like you're more hard edged like Mike. I feel like Mike doesn't take prisoners, and I feel like Sully's very soft and like gushy. Like you could like convince me to do something if you played to my heartstrings, where AJ's like, let me hear the logic, and then you'll be like making quips. Like you'll be making quips, being like, this is stupid. Like no, like and then I don't know.
I
This
don't
is
know.
a
I just find you as a very funny person, Felipe, and I
I
think you'll be
agree.
like
I'm
hitting it.
hilarious, but I think you're also hilarious. I think you underrate your own comedic timing. Um,
I
but
think I just react.
honestly, let's be real. Maybe we're both Sully and Navi is Mike.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I think that's valid.
Yeah, sound off in the comments who you think who is who. But Pixar originally gave Sully tentacles.
Oh no, no.
He also originally wore a suit.
What are we doing here? What are we doing
Uh,
here? What
then
were they
they
on?
then
I'm
they
glad they didn't go
aged
with that.
they aged Boo down to be three to be more dependent on Sully. Sully also originally had glasses.
I'm
And
cool with that. Like,
Story Summit so Pixar is starting to get into this thing called the Story Summit, which I love, where they just like hang out for a weekend and just like go hardcore and just like pitch. Like it's like
hmm,
basically like a conference. It's how it sounds like a workplace
interesting.
conference. So they did a story summit on April 6th, 1998 in Burbank, California. And they developed a side character based on a Ricky Nierva drawing that he drew a
Hmm,
one-eyed monster that's like a ball, and they named him after Frank Oz's father. Frank Oz being the puppeteer for Yoda and
hmm.
all these people, and also the voice of Miss Piggy, Yoda, and Fungus.
Whoa, did not know that.
Yeah.
Whoa, did not.
So, Daniel Gerson joined in 1999 on the screenplay to write scenes out, and he was very much like fleshing the ideas that they would pitch to him into like paper, and then they'd animate it. Would have never taken this as the inspiration for 1973's Paper Moon being sorry, that was a weird phrase. 1973's Paper Moon was the inspiration for like the kid teaching the adult about life. And I was
Hmm.
like, I would have never guessed Monsters Inc. was slightly inspired by that movie, but here we are. And Lasseter had the phrase laughter is 10 times more powerful than fear, and they liked that a lot. So that's part of the crux. Do you want to know? We might have talked about this already because I'm getting deja vu. Do you want to know who auditioned and screen tested for Sully but didn't get the part because Pete Docter wasn't able to make contact to offer them?
Like, here's my thing. I think John Goodman was like a good Sully.
John Goodman's the perfect Sully. Like I could not
Yeah,
imagine Bill
like
Murray in this role, who was the person I'm referring to. Bill Murray as Sully, that makes me upset.
Bill Murray.
Yes. Like Bill Murray has like
No,
sleazy energy, I think. And
no.
like even his character in Ghostbusters is like super sleazy. Like I can't imagine him as Woody or Buzz. I can't imagine him as Mike or Sully. Like I'm trying to think of the first character. Like he could be a Randall, I feel like. Like I'm not talking about the person Bill Murray. I'm talking about like the characters he plays, but besides like Groundhog Day, but like in
Hmm.
his like in Ghostbusters, he's like such a pervert.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Bill Murray is not in Pixar, right?
Not that I know of.
We're better off for it.
He's in the worst Marvel movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Is Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania the worst Marvel movie? That's for a different podcast.
AJ, I will die on this hill. We can talk about this on a Patreon pod, maybe. We can do that on
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. That's a major podcast.
Yeah. But John Goodman, I think, like, I really love certain line deliveries of John Goodman in this movie, like when he's saying goodbye to Boo at the end, and it's like, oh, okay, like he's just so sweet. Like he's perfect in this role.
Yes, I agree.
Um, and he was like the way he really tapped in was like, oh, this is an NFL player. So that was like a running theme. Billy Crystal auditioned for this role. He was regretful that he turned down the role of Buzz. And I think this worked out. I think the universe sorted itself out because I think he's so much better as Mike than he would have been at Buzz.
I As a 100%,
Yeah.
100%. Buzz would have been a bad choice.
Yeah. So in November 2000, 500 employees moved from the Point Richmond location, which was the original like Pixar area, divided by like a train in the middle, to Emeryville, which is now the campus. I believe still to this day. The campus was designed by John Lasseter and Steve Jobs, and they officially moved there. And each of the three main characters had a lead animator. There was John Cars for Sully, Andrew Gordon for Mike, and Dave Devon for Boo. John Cars wanted Sully to be a fast linebacker-esque bear. And
Okay.
then they even got Roger Cram from USC Berkeley, who was like a professor and a researcher. He did a lecture on locomotion of heavy mammals for Pixar for this movie.
You cannot tell me they do not do the work. Like, I would have never guessed they
Oh,
did
no,
that.
the fact that Pixar is so heavily involved with academia, like it makes sense. Like
Like, oh, no, say your thing.
Pixar works with academia regularly, like with Inside Out and stuff, and I'm like, that's so
Mm,
cool to me. Like that they like take it so seriously.
so seriously. And I respect that for them.
That's why I think they're like the best in the biz.
They
Uh,
already are the best.
so fur animation was really hard at this time. So Rhythm in Hughes in 1993 were the only company that had really like done fur animation in the 1993 Polar Bear Coca-Cola ad. Um, and then they also did some animation with the animals in Babe, but Monster Inc. was gonna like elevate that to the next level. And the animation of 2,320,413 hairs on Sully alone in an efficient way was difficult, especially when you include shadowing. So H's mind is blown. There's a simulation department that they created for this. They did this fur program called PhysT, based on a physics tool. So they basically would animate a Sully shot, and then the department would take the data and added the fur on top of it
Mhm.
to include natural fur movement with wind and gravity, which also helps with Boo's clothes later on.
Mm,
So they would animate basically a naked Boo or a naked Sully, and then like add the stuff on top of them
okay.
for the movement. And they worked with Pixar senior scientist Michael Cass, who worked with David Baroff and Andrew Wicken. You know what I hate when you can't read your own handwriting. Uh, so these
That's
three
funny.
developed global intersection analysis algorithm for cloth-to-cloth collisions with complex shots like the door vault requiring more computing power to render movie. This was the most amount of computing power they needed, and it like was like more they needed more power than all of the three past Pixar movies combined. The render farm for this movie was 3,500 Sun microsystem processors versus 1,400 for Toy Story 2 and just 200 alone for Toy Story. Um, do you wanna hear about how oh you're processing. Do you have a question?
No, go to your next statement. I'm
Do you want to
listening.
hear about how 9/11 changed this movie?
How did 9/11 change this? What?
So this movie come
Because it had to be wrapped up by 9/11 if it
so
released in November.
originally Harryhausen's restaurant was supposed to blow up, but they replaced it by a plasma dome after
Ah,
9/11 because this movie came out like a month and a half. Like I wonder what like because you hear about it all the time with like television around this time. I really want to look back at the movie industry and like how the cinema theaters were affected by it because it feels like things just went on normally for theaters. But like as reality television fans, we know how like TV as an industry was affected and like just news broadcast nonstop. But like I wonder if that like had any impact other than like scene changes.
I see, I
But
see.
yeah. Um, so yeah, they got replaced by the Plasma Dome. Randy Newman did the score, like we said. How do you feel about If I Didn't Have You as a song?
I like the song. I would like it better if other people sung it.
Valid. I like the instrumental version a lot better, which we get in the opening credits, right? You know
Mhm.
that's the instrumental
Yeah,
version with the like sexy piano
I
and
love it.
saxophone jazz.
I love
How do you feel
it.
about the Mitchell Musso Emily Osment version for the Disney Channel?
There's a what?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll send it to you after the podcast as well.
Okay. Maybe I like it better when they sing
Possibly.
it.
Okay, we do be sleeping on Mitchell Musso's album. Like he has an incredible album back in the
This
day.
is the day I learned he had an album.
Um, so yeah, so the best score soundtrack for visual media for the Grammy lost to Fellowship of the Ring. They also finally gave Randy Newman an Oscar for Best Original Song after 16 nominations. He even said, "I don't want your pity" as his acceptance speech. Um, so it also won Grammy for Best Song Written for Visual Media. The teaser trailer in October 2000 with home release of Toy Story 2. They did some merch with Happy Meal and Hasbro toys. Do you know the Pixar short that was attached to this one?
No, which one was it?
This might be my favorite Pixar short that we've talked about so far, For the Birds.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Those are that was a fun one.
That is a great one.
That's a good one.
They also included the outtakes and the play footage on the December 7th, 2001 to when they released that. This movie was released November 2nd, 2001, 3D re-release in December 2012, home media on September 7th, 2002 with the shorts Mike's New Car and Feed the Birds,
Hmm.
widescreen and full screen. If I Didn't Have You music video, and it had the record for single DVD sales for movie for 2 months until Spider-Man took it. That record,
That's a
and
shame.
it had the record until Finding Nemo for animated for almost year and a half, 2 years. There's a 4K
Hmm.
Blu-ray in March 3rd, 2020, right before the pandemic. Um, and this movie made $62.6 million opening weekend, taking the record from Toy Story 2 for biggest animated opening weekend until Finding Nemo destroyed it a few years later. At one point, this movie was the second to Lion King for highest grossing animated film, surpassing Aladdin at one point.
Oh,
This movie made $289.9 million dollars in North America, $287.5 million dollars in other territories, grossing a total of $577.4 million dollars worldwide, with the cinema score giving Pixar its second consecutive A plus after Toy Story 2. 2025's New York Times did a Reader's Choice 100 Best Movies of the 21st Century, and this made the list at 242.
okay.
Awards for Best Original Song, we talked about that. Nomination for Best Original Score and Best Sound Editing. Billy Crystal lost the 2002 Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Voice in Animated Movie to Eddie Murphy.
As he should have. When are we watching Shrek? When are we
Season
watching-
2.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Yes. Do you want to hear about the lawsuits?
Tell me about the lawsuits. Oh my, what happened? How
Uh,
could this do?
in 1997, There was a poem called There's a Boy in My Closet by Lori Madrid, and she mailed the poem to six publishers in October of 1999,
Hmm.
including Chronicle Books. In October of 2001, she sued Chronicle Books, Pixar, and Disney in Cheyenne, Wyoming, asking for a preliminary injunction forbidding the release of the movie. The judge refused to issue the injunction by November 1st, so the movie was released. And on June 26th, 2002, he ruled the film had nothing in common with the poem.
That is a wild thing to ask for an injunction. That's a
There,
that's a wild thing that, especially for Pixar at this and an injunction for your poem. Get out of here.
that's not the only lawsuit.
There's another one.
In November 2002, Stanley Mouse sued, alleging that Mike and Sully were based on the Excuse My Dust drawings from Hollywood Movie Pitch in 1998. He even said that a Pixar story artist visited him in 2000, and the case was settled under undisclosed terms.
I disagree. I disagree heavily. Because you cannot tell me that Mike and Sully are like two of the most, no offense to them, generic looking monsters ever. Like they are nothing special.
Yeah. Who's the most special monster in this movie? Is it Waternoose?
Uh,
Celia?
you know what, pause. If you want to talk about scared, water news did scare me as a child.
Yeah.
Uh, I liked Homeboy with the eyes.
Waxford?
Maybe. What's his name? Watford? Let me Google
Waxford is the
Watford.
one. He had a ton of eyes, I think. My faves are Needleman and Schmitty,
Schmitty?
the two janitor ones. Oh,
No,
dude!
not Waxman, the guy who has no eyes but put on the eyes.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the guy with the teeth. Yeah. Um, so we got the Mike's New Car short. The sequel was announced in March of 2026. There's gonna be a sequel.
Okay, so here's my thing. I watched this movie, and this is immediately what I thought in the end. I was like, damn, this movie really did not need Monsters University. There was no purpose to continue this
Monsters
franchise.
University is the prequel. They're getting another movie in the Monsters franchise.
And I said we did not need that.
No, we do not.
We definitely do not need whatever sequel's about to come. What are we doing here? No, like no offense, no offense. The story we had in Monsters Inc. is such a nice, tidy bow thing. We did not need to open this box again.
Do we need it? Absolutely not. Will I watch it in theaters? Yes. Navi says I'm the problem.
You are the reason they do this, Felipe.
I know.
You
I
are-
know. Listen, I will complain about it, but like, and Navi was literally like, "Don't go," and they'll stop making this. And it's like, I'm just one person. I'll go.
Your voice will have a big impact, Felipe.
I know, I know. So yeah, they have the sequel announced, which was announced this year in March of 2026. Monsters University came out 2013. There's an August 2002 manga version. So Navi, you're gonna have to do some research for us. Can you read that and get back? She is listening and going along. If anybody wants to subscribe to her letterbox to see her takes, and we'll get Navi on a podcast in the future to talk about Pixar takes. But cause I'm Navi on Letterboxd.
Who?
And she really wants to come on the podcast to educate AJ and I about the gay ants and the ship of Flick and Hopper from Bug's Life.
I thought you told me about the
I
ants.
did tell you on the side, and then she also texted both of us in a group chat and asked specifically about it.
Let me find this group chat so I can respond.
Sounds good. Monsters Inc. for Disney on Ice. Did you ever go to Disney on Ice?
Never.
I did go to Disney on Ice, and I feel
Pause.
like it
I
was
do not know
Monsters
why I
Inc. and
liked
Toy
it. I think I
Story.
did.
Yeah.
I do not, I didn't like. Like I
Um,
actually have a memory of going on to a Disney on
was
Ice.
it was it Monsters Inc. or no?
I think it was like The Little Mermaid or something like.
See, my recollection of Disney on Ice was like Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Monsters Inc. And I feel like I got scared by the Zurg scenes in Disney on Ice. I don't know. And then my parents took me to a Chinese restaurant afterwards called Royal East in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Shout out Royal
Mm,
East, a great restaurant. Go support it.
fair
Um,
enough.
yeah, so they did it from 2003 to 2007. There's three theme park rides and a fourth being worked on, which I think they're doing a door suspended roller coaster, which sounds super cool.
That's good.
Granted, they're taking out Muppet Vision 3D, so a lot of people are upset about it, but it's gonna be there's three theme park rides. 2006 is Mike and Sully to the Rescue at Disney California Adventure, which they were taking down. Maybe they aren't anymore because they were supposed to build an Avatar world there, but
Hmm.
then it's been around longer than it was supposed to be because they were supposed to stop it, and so I can still ride it. So I need to go there, and I need to see my boy who gets shaken like a doll. Um, then there's 2007's Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor at Magic Kingdom, which my brother has been selected to interact with the audience in that ride. Have you ever done that one?
No.
It's so fun. And then there's one in Tokyo called 2009's Ride and Go Seek, which I have yet to be in because I've never been to Tokyo yet. Um,
Keyword is yet.
2009 comic book series, 4 issues, which is not just about Randall and Waternoose trying to get revenge, but also has a side plot of Sid from Toy Story jumping through the doors and trying to steal toys from different pockets of the human world.
I, I like the concept. Honestly, at first I wanted to be disgusted, but the more I thought about it, I do like that concept. That sounds fun.
Mhm.
That sounds like a really fun miniseries.
Yeah.
Like a really fun-
Navi can read it too and get back to us if she wants to. We're just giving Navi homework. That's so mean.
Navi, I appreciate you as a human.
I will read the book series too. The comic book series, I'll read. The manga, I don't know, but that's Navi's bag.
Listen, not when Navi comes on this podcast and schools us.
She's gonna be like, Bugs Life, a #1 movie. Y'all are haters because there's gay ants and you're being homophobic on Pride Month.
What gay is?
She's gonna roast you so badly.
Navi would never.
Did you respond to the text yet?
Oh, I need to find it. Give me a second.
Yeah, from Saturday, June 6th. Very important question for AJ. Do you know about Flick X Hopper ship? Question mark. And then I ha-ha'd it. As you look for the text, did you ever play any of the Monsters Inc. video games?
Not to my knowledge.
So I definitely played the dodgeball one, which was called Monsters Inc. Scream Arena. I had that for the GameCube, but there was Monsters Inc. Scream Team and Monsters Inc. just like a playing game. There was Monsters Inc. Run for the iOS in 2012. In Disney Magic Kingdoms, you can play as Sully, Mike, Boo, Celia, Roz, and Randall. And in Navi's favorite franchise, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monsters Inc. appears as the second Pixar world you can inhabit. There's also the TV show Monsters at Work. I have seen the first season, have not yet seen the second season. I will make a promise to the podcast. I will watch season 2 of Monsters at Work before Monsters University podcast with a monster named Tyler as the focus on his trajectory to becoming the top laugher. I guess it's supposed to be the day after Waternoose is arrested, but how does the Monsters Inc. flip from a scare floor to a laugh floor so quickly? So I feel like there's a little continuity error, but
That's
it's a
fair.
Disney Plus show. I watched the first season. Mindy Kaling's in it. It was fun.
I like
Mike and
Mindy Kaling.
Sully are in it for a little bit. They go to the baseball game in one episode, and that was funny because they were like our gay dads.
Arcade dads.
But yeah, that's all the notes I took about the other stuff, the external Monsters Inc. content. Um, Let me know what you want to talk about in terms of any of this stuff, the history, or shall we just talk about the movie? AJ's hard at work texting Navi.
I have to be honest with Navi. I have to tell her the truth.
Yes,
I gotta be straightforward with her.
you got to be a buck 50.
Yes.
Um, so while AJ is deploying this text, I'm gonna talk about the very first thing we see in Monsters Inc. If I didn't have you, the instrumental, sexy saxophone and piano jazz, like I could listen to Disney music in this style all day. Like, and it's so fun getting to hear Randy Newman play around with different instruments because, like, in the Toy Story movies and Bugs Life, it's kind of like the same instruments, but this one he's like really exercising his musician muscles. AJ, do you play piano?
I would have loved to play piano. The correct answer is no. I
I
like
played.
don't tell me.
I played for 4 years, but my teacher was a menace, and my parents wanted me to quit years before I actually did, because she was that nasty. And I wish I had a better teacher because I feel like I have such piano boy energy.
Do you have play? I think if I were to give you an instrument, it probably would be a piano. Yeah,
I
I'll
feel
give you
like
piano boy energy.
piano, drums, guitar, and saxophone are like the coolest instruments to me.
My dad played the saxophone.
Ooh, like Ron Swanson.
You know.
Um, so yeah, we get the doors animation. I'll let you take over for this section because you love this part.
I understand it's just because you're sick. However, we get started with I think the most iconic opening thus far, not ever, thus far. You can fight me.
I think the next one we're gonna fight you.
Which one's better? Toy Story?
Finding
Toy Story
Nemo.
2? I said so far.
I said the
That's why.
next one.
Oh, the next one.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm willing to change once I see more films. But as of the four films we got, this is the best one thus far because the music is banging. We get introduced to the concept very early on with many doors in the intro sequence, just
Mhm.
opening up, and we get monsters poking through. Especially my homeboy, my main man, the snake monster. Um, just snuggling through, going through different doors, entering, exiting different doors. The letters the monster eats coming out. But guess what? My homie, the snake monster, also took the M. He stole the M and tried to eat it, but he can't eat no M. That's a letter, not food.
That's what people call Chris Underwood, my homie the snake monster.
My homie, Felipe, is keep it in your pants.
Um, yeah, if I didn't have you, the instrumental I think hits harder than if I didn't have you, lyric.
Yes, 100%. Like, in no offense to John Goodman, uh, it's not because your singing voice is terrible.
AJ.
What did I say? Did I do anything?
We just scatting.
I love a good scat.
Boy says goodnight to his parents.
I love how you say boy. Is that what?
I that's what I does the character have a name? He's like a robot
It's
thing.
not a character. That's why I said I love you, said boy. It's not a
We're introduced to him as a boy. We find out later he's not a boy, but
He is a prop at best.
a prop
At best.
at best. Well, so he says good. The boy says goodnight to his parents. The lights go off, and then we see this monster with the red eyes under the bed. He climbs. He gets ready to roar, and then the kid screams, and the monster gets scared, starts screaming, falls on those jacks. Did you ever play
Yeah.
jacks?
No.
No? I knew of it in concept, but I don't think people play it. The closest I've ever seen is like in Squid Game when they play that game that I don't even understand the rules, where they have to.
When I tell you I never knew the rules of jacks.
It's just like you have to bounce the ball and you have to pick up a jack, right? And then you have to pick up more.
I believe you.
Yeah, but he falls on his booty and like lands on it in the sharp pain and he starts screaming and then we hear the alarm and I like to listen to like the Pixar movies we're going to recap as well before falling asleep. Like I
Ah,
try to like ingrain myself in the world. And like that alarm sound stresses me out so much because it's the real iPhone alarm sound. It's like
mm,
"Meow." That's my alarm. So like then they get that noise. And then it also plays again at the end of the movie. So like I woke up when I fell asleep because when they
mm.
do the water news like capture, they play it. So I don't
That's
know.
fair. That's fair.
But the simulation terminated. Simulation tournament. Do you know what this man's name is? It's so
No,
funny.
what's his name?
Flambile.
He did say same phlegm. Yep, he did say that.
He's like, Mr. Bile, do you know what you did? And he's like, can anybody tell Mr. Bile's big mistake? It could let us in a draft. It could let in a child.
It's
Uh,
such a good introduction to
it's
Mr.
a great
Waters.
introduction to Mr. Water News. Yeah. I don't know. Like I feel so conflicted about Mr. Water News because he's such a great villain, but he's also like such a heartbreaking villain because like he represents like the corporate overloads that you want to trust, but then like they deceive you and hurt you and just like oh yeah.
I would like to go through this movie and ask, is Mr. Waters actually a villain?
Yes,
I,
he's corrupt. But like I also don't understand his full
tell me
plot.
how he is corrupt.
Okay, we'll talk about it when we get there.
Tell me-
But
I'm not saying I'm Team Water News. I'm not. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, with the news that we got yesterday about the Justice Department and their lack of interference in some corporate consolidation, I like this movie because it takes me back to a place when the government interfered with corporate corruption.
I'm just saying, this man looked like a man who's just trying to do his job effectively.
Listen, he's still corrupt. And like he's like even like he's simultaneously scary, but also is he kind of cuddly?
No,
He's kind of cute and cuddly.
Felipe, I understand you have a type. Um,
Whoa! Dang! I did not mean to be attacked like this. Okay, wow. And then he's gonna come at me when I say Lotso Huggin Bear's cute and cuddly. Also, like, I'm sorry. My dad is listening to this podcast. How dare you? No, I'm kidding.
and Felipe's dad, Felipe likes to cuddle a lot of people.
You want me to cuddle an octopus? That's disgusting. Speaking of, I want to see if the octopus had a World Cup bet this year. Do you remember that octopus who predicted who was going to win the World Cup?
Felipe, I told you this in the beginning. Americans do not care about the World Cup. Do not-
Um, Neither is water news, honestly. I was so excited because I wanted to post a story about at the end of the movie when Mike Wazowski's talking about how he's the ball. In my head, he was the soccer ball, but it's a
Mm.
dodgeball. So then I was like, I'm watching my favorite soccer ball. And then I was like, oh, he says dodgeball. I'm like, ooh,
My favorite soccer ball. Honestly, I feel like he's been kicked around a lot.
real, same. Um,
No.
I'm round like a ball. Um, we get this water news explanation. We set up what Monsters Inc. is, like the corporation that it runs on Screams, and this is a great, like honestly, screenwriting 101. This is an incredible establishing scene. We get everything from a great expository scene that like
Mhm.
is gonna come back later because this is like a key set
Yes.
piece at the final act of the movie, and also in like the climactic act as well when like right before Sully and Mike get banished. So like this is a key set piece throughout the film, but
Hmm.
like this is a great way to establish the world, and then we go straight to like scares like James P. Sullivan. 6:05 in the morning they're waking up. I'm sorry, what?
I would like to
I'm
say, before you get to the time, Henry J. Waternoose, great monster name.
Yeah.
James P. Sullivan is a name.
What about Michael Wazowski?
Great name for what he does.
Randall Boggs.
It's a name.
Celia May.
Great monster name.
I wonder what Roz's name is. Do you know Roz in Monsters at Work has a twin sister named Rose? AJ's
Fair
cackling.
enough. Fair enough.
Um, 6:05. How do you feel about waking up at 6:05 in the morning?
I don't. It's not my
We're night
favorite time.
owls.
God no.
You and
No no.
I? You remember how late we used to stay up?
And Felipe, I do not know what was wrong with me.
What time are you in bed?
Like nowadays, I'm in bed by 10 o'clock.
And what time do you go to actual sleep? Like, do you watch
10:05.
TV? Oh, you know, you're just like that. What time do you wake up usually? Like, what's a good reasonable wake up time for you?
A good reason, like 6, 7 o'clock.
6 in the morning for
Uh,
funsies? Like, what time did you
Felipe,
wake up? I mean, you're studying for the
Felipe.
bar. Never mind.
I was like,
Never mind. Okay, but like,
that I like you said this earlier. I was like, that's late. That's me sleeping in.
I if I have to work at 8:45, I am waking up at 7:45. I like have done the thing where I try to like, oh, I'll go to the gym in the morning. No, I will go to the gym when I get home. I will like
Sure.
do things after four. You cannot rely upon me to wake up. I will wake up 5 minutes before I need to wake up to and be late. Like
Mm.
I will be pushing it. I will be pushing it. Um,
Felipe, you stress me out.
Listen, I'm Brazilian and corporate America broke me. Now I'm on time. Um, but yeah, commercial. It's scary monsters don't have plaque. That I wrote that down when he's brushing his teeth. Scary monsters don't have plaque because
Yes.
they're doing training, they're doing exercising, and I'm very much the Mike in this situation because I do not want to be exercising in the morning. Um,
I respect people who exercise in the morning.
I
It's a
respect
choice.
people who wake up and like immediately put on clothes to exercise because I'm so asleep that like I have to do something and then do it later. Um, And then Mike is excited about the commercial. The M logo is over him, but he's so hyped. Like, look at that. He's taking the win. Uh,
Because he was in the commercial. I saw him. Like that was our buddy, Mike.
yes, and even though the logo did cover his face at the end, this is a lot better than the barcode on the magazine at the end of the movie.
You're not wrong.
But I love his positive mindset. I'm gonna take
Such a
that from
great
me.
positive mindset.
Um, this is why I think you're Mike,
Me?
because you're very positive.
I appreciate you for saying that.
We Sully's mom is on the phone talking to Mike. And I think it's so funny that like, how do you feel about them being roommates?
In this economy, I get it.
I get it, but I
Like
feel
I
like
get it.
I wouldn't want to be. I mean, if you're best friends and coworkers and roommates, I feel like that's a lot of time you're spending together.
Like yeah, yes, it's a lot of time that we're spending together, especially of how involved Mike is in Sully's life. With that being said, it seems like Mike is about to move on, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Mike is about to move in with Celia potentially. Yeah,
Yes.
well, so I have two friends who are no longer friends with each other, it seems, at this point in time. Hopefully, now that they have moved out, they are gonna reconcile is my desire as their friend and my hope. But
Listen, there's a reason why I say before you tie the knot, you have to live together because you.
yeah, well they've been best friends for 4 years,
Mhm.
lived together for 4 years, worked together for 4 years, and then in the last couple of months they started having issues and like have deployed unfollows, and I was like, ooh, that's real. Okay, so they moved out, and I hope for their sake they reconcile because we don't like being in the middle of this drama. But
I think that's fair. I do
I
not
also
want to be in the
think
middle of
that
this.
I have faith in them. I think moving away they will be able to reconcile. But I'm just glad that Mike is about to leave and move in with Celia because I cannot have him and Sully ever having a friendship breakup.
Maybe that's Monster Inc. 3.
Oh, ooh. No, that's too real. I mean, Pixar movies do hit us where it hurts.
They hit you when you hurt.
Um,
Have you
so
cried yet in this rewatch or no?
as part of the podcast series, yes, not for the movies we've recapped. I did cry for
Mm,
both Toy Story 3 and 4 with Will and Navi.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
Um, so
I'm ready for my first tier. I see it coming.
Finding Nemo, you think?
No.
I did cry the last time I watched Finding Nemo
I
in November.
I expect it will come in Inside Out.
Inside Out for sure. I mean, Toy Story 3 is gonna hit before then. Up.
I think I've only seen Toy Story 3 once. So, oh, you know what? That's a good call. That's a good call. Okay, let's get back to the movie. Let's get
So commercial, we did that. So then Sully's like, we're gonna walk to work, and Mike's like, but my new car, and he's like, we're having a scream shortage. So he's very sad that he has to walk to work, and we get introduction to Monstropolis. There's so much good stuff here that we can't physically unpack every single frame, but we could
It
if we
was
wanted
fun.
to. I like the guy who falls into the sewer.
Love
um,
that guy.
Also like Tony, the fruit guy who gives it on the house.
Because I'm like, how do you recover from that, Felipe?
I
Like
don't
your
know.
entire body's gone except for your eyes.
And then they use the kid's tongue as a jump rope, and the kid's saying hi to Sully, and then like they fall because the kid's saying hi to Sully. Like that's so mean. Why are you using the kid's tongue as a jump rope?
The
Um,
kid is consenting, I believed.
True. Needleman and Smitty, we get introduced to them. They're my faves. They look like my real friends. Like I have a group of friends, and they're triplets. Two of them look like them. Needleman and
Interesting.
Smitty. Uh,
They, I think they were fun.
like I feel like the world of Monsters Inc. is very well established and built out. Like we get it's
Yes,
very, very male heavy, I will say. Celia and Roz, the only two women we see in this movie, and Boo, um, and Jessie if you count her.
because the idea of a man is scary.
That part. Sorry for the delayed reaction. Um, the video watchers got it. Um, Celia's birthday, Googly Bear,
Oh,
Schmootsy Poo. Hi, Celia, Willia.
Felipe, I hated this.
You hate? You don't like Schmoopy talk?
I do not like Spoopy talk.
Oh my God. They
No,
got.
pause, especially in the workplace. What are we doing?
Oh, PDA at work is disgusting. I'm
What are we
sorry.
doing?
Like, please take your relationship home. I think it's disgusting to date in your own workplace because everyone that you work with is a scrub.
Everyone you work with is a scrub.
Like, you've seen too much. Like, I can't imagine going to work and then going home and talking about the people at work. Like,
Fair enough,
no,
fair enough.
please keep work-life balance. I can't.
I,
I can't. Now, if anybody wants to date within the same podcast community, that's different.
that's fine. You're not like going. I'm not as out as Felipe is, even working in a normal workplace. As long as it doesn't interrupt work and like there's not a power imbalance. Um,
Valid. That's
yeah.
valid. I'm like, I
Especially
could not
since like
just thinking about me dating in my workplace. I'm like, I think this department's a scrub.
I can't think of a single coworker I've ever thought like about dating.
Real.
Yeah.
And of course, by workplace, I mean Brazilian Dragon Productions. Um, I will see you at quitting time and not a minute later. We go to the locker room and they have the rando intro. This is also where he's spraying the odorant on,
The
because they're
odor.
monsters. No, it's just
The
odorant.
I found that so funny, Felipe.
Yeah.
No.
I wrote his name, I think his name is Chalubi, the one who gets shaken like a doll that we love. But I think because he says, "Hey Chalubi," he at least looks very similar. And then we get Roz to get his paperwork
No, his
in.
name is George.
No, that's George Sanderson, who's a different one.
Oh, that's a different one.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one who gets shaken like a doll, who kind of looks
Oh,
like Chalubi.
I
And
see. I
so
see what you're
even
saying.
if they're not, I'm gonna name him Chalubi. Roz
Chalupi.
tells Wazowski to file his paperwork. And then we get the scare floor process, which is the doors open, the Eastern Seaboard. We're gonna count down in seven, and he has seven fingers. Um, and we see that all the assistants are prepping scares. Randall's at 99,351 screen powers. Sully has 99,479. The closest to them is in the high 70s. So like they're clearly the top two, and
Mhm.
they arrive like superstars, like football players. Um,
So here's my thing. The idea of Sully is scary. The
mhm.
idea of Randall is unnerving.
Oh yeah, Randall as like fading into the background in your wallpaper, and then just like, "Rah!"
Like, like Sully give me a Randall give me a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No offense to Randall. You know,
this
all offense. I don't like him.
Yeah, this is where we meet Fungus. And then Jerry tells Water News that they might hit quota for the day. There's a dead door. It's the 58th dead door of that week, apparently. Kids can't touch monsters, we find out. And then Randall overtakes Sully for like 2 seconds, and then Sully goes to a slumber party. And then this is where we meet your boy George.
Boy George.
George Sanderson, who has a sock on his back. 2319! 2319!
Oh my gosh.
And then the CDA comes in and like, poor George.
That's the CDA is doing a lot. Like a lot. Like too much in my humble opinion. Like they can like calm down a bit. Like it's not even like it's like a it's an internal department within the factory. Like it seems like this is like a federal agency
This
that's
is a
like on
federal
the
agency.
like that's like let's go.
Yeah,
Maybe because uh, maybe because at the end we realize there's a secret informant here. Um, However, so you know maybe they're like having a deep eye on it for a reason, but they're just like aggro.
real. Again, ACAB. Um, but yeah, the government is here and they're
Acdab,
like ACDAB.
acdab.
Yeah, the CDA takes it so seriously. Like George, they also have to rip his band-aid off. Like, there's no way. Like,
Like, why are you ripping off the band? What was the
why
band-aid supposed to do, Felipe?
why are they making this man naked at work?
Why are we doing this? You know, in the middle of the factory floor. Like that's the worst part. Like not even the showers.
They really don't respect George in this movie, and also George's assistant sucks. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I hate him. He's so rude. Like, listen, and I get it. Like, you got to follow protocol. I'm not going to be mad at someone for following protocol.
Exactly.
This man has a tendency to throw George under the bus every opportunity he gets.
He really is like he screams it from his rooftops. Meanwhile, Mike and
23,
Sully, they're like gonna take a bullet for the other.
You know what? Maybe he's like, listen, I like you. I don't like you that much.
How do you think the assistants are selected? Are they randomly assigned? Do they come in as a duo?
Um, it- I think they are random, comma, but because how important Randall and Sully are, they get their personal ones choice.
Mm, they get to draft.
Special treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think Randall picks Fungus?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let me tell you, he said, oh, what is the most submissive little bitch I can find?
Fungus, I'll give you a ride. Um, so 47 days without an incident to zero.
Mhm.
Water News will do anything to keep the company alive.
Anything.
Put that down.
I'm writing it.
Water News asked Sully to do a guest lecture at with the new recruits the next day. And
We didn't talk about the new recruits are bad. They're like
yeah.
actively bad.
Oh yeah,
They're
one of
so
them
terrible.
jumps into the teacher's arm.
You're supposed to be doing this, Karen. What are we doing here?
Yes.
There's a shortage,
Comma,
not
but
because
like I don't want to scare kids. That does not sound like a good time.
you don't have to work there. You chose this line of work. That's like being a
There's
firefighter. Be
other
like,
jobs
I
at the
don't want to deal with
factory.
fires.
There's other jobs. Maybe they try. Maybe they're so short-staffed that they're like making them scare, and they're like, "No, I want it to be a refinery worker. I want it to be
Mm.
in charge of paperwork. I want it to be Celia and do the morning announcements."
Pause. No one does it better than Celia, though.
Celia do be the
That's a
best
fool's
at
errand.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, Celia is a queen. We love her.
Well, Celia.
So Mike is planning the rest of his day where they're going to Monster Truck Rally after dinner. He's asking for the odorant, and Mike is very excited. And then Roz is like, "Well, what about the paperwork, Wazowski? If I wasn't sick, I could do a good Roz, but I can't." So then Mike is like, Sully's like, "Oh, I have some paperwork to finish off."
What she say? Your stunned silence is very assuring.
Roz is an icon. Like I need Roz in the Big Brother house.
Oh my gosh, she's an early boot, but she'd be so much fun. Pause. Never mind. She might not be early boot.
Roz, yeah,
Yeah,
like if she survives the first couple rounds, she's like
yeah,
locked in for the final four.
I agree.
So Boo's door is left on the floor. The light is on. Sully's like, "What is happening here?" He opens the door. Boo starts playing with his tail. Like, that's so mean, Boo. I love you, but like, what the heck? Like, don't touch
It's
me. Personal space.
I don't know. Have you had a well, you haven't had a kid. Unless you
No,
have something to tell me, Felipe. Um,
I mean, I don't have any kids. One day maybe. But yeah, Boo is just like, yeah, I get it. 3 year olds don't have personal space, but also
yeah,
like she's just wilding out here. She's just like grabbing it, like hitting it on the ground. And I'm also like, so like, don't you have control over your tail? Can't you like keep it in the sky?
clearly not.
No,
Clearly he cannot. Like the fact that she was doing it and he had no clue what was happening.
I just realized we're wearing Mike and Sully colors.
Oh, blue and green. Ah.
Yeah. So maybe I am Mike. Um, but yeah, so Sully's like, I don't know what to do. Randall dismisses the door. Sully takes the bag to the restaurant, and Celia is telling Mike, go.
Pause. There's a clear thing for this man to do. This don't throw him back, and I get it. He threw her back, and she popped out a door anyway. Like, just start screaming. There's a child. We need help. There's a
Yeah.
child here. Get her away from me.
He should have just been, yeah, like Sully's not good at improv.
Oh, active. Honestly, let me tell you something, Felipe. There are so many times in this movie, and I think we'll get to them, where I'm questioning this man's like common sense.
He should have just been like Randall and a child.
Randall, because he did.
Yeah, because Randall's being sketchy. Why is he at the factory so late?
He wants to cheat to become the top scarer, Felipe. Obviously,
Hmm.
why else
Uh,
would he do this? Why else would
why else? So, yeah, and this is also where we get the first kitty.
Kitty, I loved it.
Um, Celia tells Mike it's the best birthday yet. Mike is flirting so hard. Sully crashes the dinner. Like Mike is literally like, "You're the most beautiful thing. I love how beautiful you look." And then he's like, "Sully," and Celia's like, "Sully," and then Sully's like, "Look, play under the bag, eh?" And like, look under the bag. And then the bag is walking away, and then they're like, "Oh!" And then they're about to take a photo, and then Boo's like, "Boo!" And then causes chaos. She's such a menace. I love her.
She she just a child that wanted to get her picture taken, Felipe. Is
Yeah.
that so bad?
Shout out to Mary Gibbs. I believe what they did for her voice acting, they just like had this girl running around with a microphone making sounds.
Because that's what it was. Like none of this is intelligible.
Yeah, and then I think
Until we
this.
get to Mike Wazowski and Kitty,
I,
nothing
th-
is intelligible.
I think Homegirl has a YouTube channel now these days. Should we try to book her on the podcast?
I'm sure. What's her
Yeah.
YouTube?
Mary Gibbs, I think is her name. AJ's gonna look her up. I think she talks about like being in like her parents worked at Pixar. I think she was like one of the production babies for Toy Story 2.
Ah,
So yeah, Kitty. But yeah, nothing she says makes sense.
no, not a damn thing.
Um, this is why she needs to be a 3 year old and not a 7 year old. So yeah, so Randall's cheating apparently, and then there's a lot of chaos. Mike scoops Boo up in a Chinese takeout food box.
I'm so sorry.
Craziness. You're
Say that
good.
again.
He scoops her up in the takeout box. I'm like,
Pause. At every point, Sully should have just been like, "Not my problem." There's not a single time where I was like, "Yeah, this is your issue. Like, deal with it. Like, just walk away."
but then what does the CDA do with Boo? Like, do they like?
Kill her. No offense.
No, That's why I'm like, I'm so glad that didn't happen. I'm like, because then I think they'd take her to the pound like a dog, and I'm like, no, don't do that.
I like Felipe. Here's the thing: under everyone's current assumption, this is a highly deadly thing that will kill all of us by just touching us. Contain it.
This is why they
You
need to do more science because they can clearly learn that the kid is not dangerous like this.
well, listen. I agree. Once you do science, you'll figure out the kid's not dangerous. But if we're working on the knowledge that they currently have, get that thing as far away from
See,
any
I
human.
think they read some bad information. Like they clearly believe in AI in Monstropolis. They are being told lies by the government. Um,
Mhm.
yeah.
But here's the thing: the CDA is the government. They have to
Yeah.
keep it up.
I wonder what the other cities in the monster world are like.
Like Monstropolis is a terrible place to live. I bet
Yeah.
people would hate it.
Rent is probably crazy expensive.
Honestly,
The
I'm
lights
pretty
go
sure.
out all the time because they have shortages about electricity.
Literally. Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy it.
No, that's why we're in the human world with Woody and Buzz.
We are in the world. What do you buzz?
Hmm.
And Flick and Heimlich.
Oh yeah, they're in the human world too, I guess.
Yeah,
But I'm Boo.
Ambu.
Well, not right now because she's in Monstropolis, but we'll talk about it. Um, then we get the plasma dome thing, and then we see on
Yes,
the interview, and there's another interview character is like she shot from her laser eyes and like blew up a car or whatever he says. But I wrote this down and I got the exact quote because this little
same.
blob, who might be Chalubi, might not. I tried to run from it, but it picked me up with its mind powers and shook me like a doll. And then the way it jiggles, like, "Rah!" And then the other one, and I saw it with my own
So
eyes.
just liars, just lying.
Straight lying. Like this is why we don't have real news anymore. Journalistic integrity is dead.
Like, here's the thing. I blame homegirl who got bronchitis and dang got
Ain't
time
nobody
for
got
that.
time for that.
Like,
I feel her in my bones this week. Ain't nobody got time for that.
no.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Uh,
I tried for one from it, but it picked me up with its mind powers and shook me like a doll.
insane.
Uh, Boo is in the apartment with Sully and Mike, and they're like dressed in like kitchen
Like, why
equipment
did you take it back home with you? Not to call a girl it, but like, why did you?
because Sully didn't think this through.
Like, clearly not. Felipe, none of this is your business. You are making it your business. And
Now,
stop doing it.
now, how would you feel if a 3-year-old sneezed in your eye?
I would go berserk, but
Would
that's just
would you
you're
spray your own eye with that Lysol spray?
I think I might need to. I know we're not supposed to, but like, we gotta disinfect. You know how many germs are on a 3-year-old?
Yeah,
All of
real.
them.
I feel like a 3-year-old right now. Um, but yeah, Boo's in the apartment, which is crazy. And then Mike is fighting Boo for little Mikey the bear, which I'm like,
Like, Mike, that little girl has touched the bear. The bear is contaminated. You gotta burn it. You gotta-
and she starts screaming because she wants the bear back, and then Mike falls, hits the trash can, swallows all the discs, and then she starts giggling, and like the power goes out. Yeah,
Wild.
wild. And he's like, I just alphabetized these.
You know, and advertising is hard. Like, I don't know what
Alphabetizing
cassette
takes a
D.
while.
Oh. I was going with the I'm stupid route, but fair enough.
You're not stupid. You're literally studying for the bar, please. Um, so Boo is gonna start eating cereal. We talked about this already. What your favorite kind of cereal? But is cereal
Yes.
between? Okay, so my takes on the Pixar movie so
Like,
far.
possibly, I do not know why you like his Special K has stuck in my head. But I was like, that kid likes Special K.
No lies detected.
Like,
It's
that's
not my
wild.
go-to, but will I eat it? Yeah, absolutely. Like hey, cereal.
No, you're not wrong. I just would have never brought that up on a podcast.
The Pixar movies so far have shown me that like a common theme between the four that we've watched: cereal and panic. This is the perfect time to panic. I'm lost. And he's gone. And then this one, it's like tons of panic in that one. In this one,
Yeah.
there's so much panic.
Honestly, I think that's why I resonate. I just panic so quickly.
Real. We're reactive.
It's actively.
Actively reactive. That's the name. That's the subtitle of our podcast.
I like it.
Animation
I like it.
station. Actively reactive. So yeah, Sully's like tossing cereal in this girl's mouth. Like boom. Like hitting better than the Knicks right now.
Wait. Who? Someone said it. Someone said it in the film. It was like, it is my professional opinion that now is the time to panic.
Yes.
Oh, that was on the TV show when they were watching
Yes.
the news. Yes.
Yes. And then Mike is like, I got this plan. We're gonna dig with spoons. We're gonna take spoons and we're gonna dig a tunnel and crawl through the city. And then he's like throwing all these plans away. Boo, meanwhile, is drawing Sully and Boo, and also has a Randall drawing. And it's like, Boo, it's time for bed. And she's like, oh, you sat in my bed. Sully's pissed. And I'm gonna be 100% with you. Someone stole my bed. I'm gonna get upset too.
The man tried to make her sleep on the floor. Such a rude host.
Rude host too, but like taking my bed is foul.
Fair enough.
Also, if you thought something was contaminated, you would make it sleep on the floor also.
I wouldn't have brought in my apartment. What do you
That part,
mean?
that part, that part. Yeah, but Boo's in the bed, and then she's like, "No, close the closet," and then shows the picture of Randall. It's like,
Hmm,
"Oh, Randall's your monster." I thought John Goodman did a great job in this scene, in particular.
so good.
Randall's your monster. Okay, see, there's no monster in your closet. Well, actually, there is right now because I'm in here. But like, I'll close it, and then he sits on the chair, and then he tells Mike that she doesn't think that girl's that bad. And then he sees the chair fabric. And then the next day, Mike is saying, Loch Ness, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman, all banished. Where next? You walking into this factory with the child? You're crazy. And I mean, Mike was completely right. This is gonna get to the crux of Mike's character development in this movie, but like Mike, fully correct in this movie.
I don't think there's been a single time I disagree with Mike.
Um, you didn't like how he called her Googly Bear.
Yeah, but I just don't like that type of talk, period.
Uh, Um, so yeah, so they arrive. CDA is at work, booze in disguise. It's Sully's cousin's sister's kid. And then Mike is like, "It's your bring your distant relative to work day," or um
Bringing him scared relative.
to work day. And then Waternoose is like, "Huh, I missed that memo."
Like, why are we just going along with stuff? We can't
Like
just have people say shit.
Waternoose is just like kind of vibing out.
Honestly, low key, I think he's ready for retirement. He's like,
He can't let the company die. That's why he hasn't retired yet.
that's fair. He's like, listen, I
Because it's
cannot
been
feed
in his
enough.
family for 3 generations.
Yeah,
But he doesn't have any offspring, right? Is that why he sees Sully as a son?
I think he spent too much time focusing on making this place run like as efficiently as possible that he did not have a personal life,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's sad.
Yeah, you have to split work-life balance. You can't dedicate yourself to the job.
You can't.
Um, so Boo has to pee. Real. Um,
Not
she's
so
like
real.
dancing, she's singing, and then they start playing hide and seek, in the toilets, which is crazy. I would never play hide and seek in a bathroom.
I would like say nah. I would never eat her.
Maybe as a kid. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
as a kid,
Okay,
I
if it's
cannot
like
lie.
in a full house, like yeah, maybe the bathroom you hide in the tub. But like you can't catch me going to my sixth grade locker room hiding in the toilets there. That's disgusting.
A public bathroom is very disgusting. I will give you that.
Hmm. I bet that locker room smells like a sixth grade locker room.
I bet you this entire city stinks.
And they love it. Nasty. Like if I
Ooh,
was Boo, I'd be like, take me home because I can't smell here.
basically, like they're using odorant. Like, get out of here.
Like, and I've gotten better at managing my upsetness at bad smells. But when I was a kid, I had no chill. I would be like, ew, this smells disgusting. I would be throwing up constantly.
Oh
Um,
no, not throw ups.
Boo is stronger than I. Also,
Maybe Boo
what
can
do you
smell.
think Boo's parents are at? Like, do you think it's the middle of the night for them and Monstropolis has different time?
So I'm glad you brought that up because at some point in time I was like, I think these are bad parents because they have not called a
Maybe
Amber
they
Alert on
called
their
the
child being
government
missing.
already. We don't
Like,
know
because
that. We don't see what happens in the human world.
I don't know. Like, let me tell you something. I feel like there was not. I have not seen their parents once in this movie, and sure, they're in a different dimension, comma, but I did not see enough agency or urgency about their child being missing.
You're right. But also, we didn't see what happened. I wonder also, like, when the doors are swinging, like, do the people in that universe feel it? No, right?
No.
That would be so cool. I want to know what it's like to, like, pop open a door and go into Monstropolis.
Like, here's my thing. At one point in time, yes, but after the last 5 minutes, I would not.
No, because realize it smells.
Yes.
Yeah. They would also attack us and kill us.
I, I, who? Have you seen these monsters?
The
These are the most.
CDA,
I'm just saying, the
we're
monsters
big.
whose
Boo's
jobs
easy to
are the.
hide. You and I are tall boys.
And
Tall
these are
adult
the most
boys.
feckless monsters I've ever seen in my life. They are
Shambo Waters, is
pitiful
that
excuse
you?
for waters. Wait, what?
Shambo from Survivor Samoa, is that you? Um, but yeah, so meanwhile, Wazowski is schmoozing Roz and is like trying to get Randall's key, and Roz is like, "You didn't turn in your paperwork last night, Wazowski." Closes the door on his hands. And like Mike Wazowski has so many injuries in this movie.
Because he's not doing his job properly. Like, just
That is workplace harassment, Roz.
fucking do the files. I'm not asking you to move the earth.
But don't close the thing on my fingers. That hurts.
That is rude. But how many times has Ross had to ask that
No,
man to put his files?
she's correct, but she shouldn't do that action. Like her take is correct. Like we can agree with the villain's viewpoint. We don't have to agree with their actions.
She did commit a battery, and there is not a defense. However, I didn't see a thing.
Is not a witness to this.
No
Um,
clue.
then Boo starts crying, and Randall is like slamming doors, and then Fungus and Randall are talking about the child escaping in the machine, and
Mhm.
they're eavesdropping while they're hiding on the toilet. And then Mike lies about the card key, steals a random one, swipes it into the system, and this
Bro,
brown door shows up and opens the door. He's like, "Kid, go catch the stick." I'm like, as a 3-year-old, I'm not running after a stick. Excuse you?
Mike has never had a kid. He doesn't know what kids like.
He's disgusting to the child. And he's
He,
like, there's little yodeling. And then Sully's like, Mike, that's not Boo's door. And he's like, Bo? Who's Bo?
in his defense, Mike has never seen this door. That might have been her door. We
Yeah.
don't know.
But then he doesn't listen to Sully when Sully's like, it's not Boo's door. And he's like, it's just whatever door.
Because Mike has sense. He's like, I do not care where the child goes. The child cannot be here. I assume the child will be taken care of in that yodeling town. I'm pretty sure they will love a 3-year-old.
They, I mean, Boo would love it there. I could see it. Like Boo would be line dancing like crazy. But this is where Boo is not going, and then Mike says,
He said that kind of line.
now
Oh,
put the thing back where it came from, or so help
yes.
me. Or so help me. And then they're all looking, and they're like, oh, we're just rehearsing for our company play. We need ushers.
No, stop it. Stop it. Get out of here. What's the play called again? I forgot.
Uh, Put the thing back where it came from, or so help me.
Yeah.
Boom,
Like
boom, 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 boom.
like ridiculous Felipe.
And then Boo ran away while they're distracting them, and they're like, Randall sees them, and he's like, Wazowski. And then Chalubi, I think, walks by and says, they're rehearsing a play. And then
And then he
Mike
starts
sings
singing
something.
again.
Yeah. And then Wazowski blames Waxford. And then Celia sees Mike and starts yelling at him. And then he's like, I'm so sorry about sushi. He's like, you think this is about sushi? And then Randall overhears that, looks at the newspaper, sees Mike in the background.
Now you could tell me I'm a toxic boyfriend. I've been told that before. Um, I don't think Mike did anything wrong.
I mean,
like
Mike
like I
does have high priorities right now, and I understand that Celia doesn't recognize that there's a lot more going on, but
she
I'd
she
be
she
pissed too if I didn't know the full context and he was
she
running
was
away from
being
me.
detained by the government. What am I supposed to do?
I mean, technically, he was supposed to be detained by the government also. He just escaped.
Like it is not my fault that you ended up in handcuffs.
Damn, AJ is out here like making himself unlovable, like for any future partner. He's like, I will not stand by you.
Listen, I didn't say that. I'm just saying I'm just a citizen. I have no power.
But
You want me to cry? I'm sorry.
craziness, craziness.
Felipe, what would you have done?
I mean, I would follow Sully.
Not even your good friend. He said Sully.
I would follow Sully's lead, and yeah, because I do not want to go into detainment.
Of course.
Um, But yeah, Randall confronts Mike, and the water noose eyes are moving in the picture, and he says, "What happens when the whistle blows in 5 minutes?" And I like the way they phrase that because this movie feels like there's a lot of like whistleblower energy and like the corporate corruption, and even with Roz at the end. So it's like
Hmm.
great phrasing there when they say that like as an adult you catch that line and it's
Fair.
different, but that's like the lunch, and he's like playing with Mike's hands, and I'm like, "Excuse you, sir, leave Mike Wazowski's hands alone."
I remember it as a kid that being a much more grotesque scheme than what it was.
Yeah, in what ways?
I don't know. I just felt like there was more arm manipulation than there
Hmm.
actually was.
Hmm. Makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah, he tells Mike to place Boo back during lunch. Mike could have solved his problems a lot earlier if he didn't have such a big mouth, which is relatable. Because we'll go into a side sequence where Boo falls into the trash. CDA pops up, asks Sully for his autograph. Needleman and
Hmm.
Schmitty put the trash away, and Sully doesn't see that Boo popped out. So Sully
Hmm.
starts getting stressed and walking around with a trash cube that's been compacted while Boo's with the preschoolers and is like, "What's
Wait,
your name, darling?" "Mike Wazowski."
can I tell you my issue is Sully?
Yes, always.
So he thinks Boo fell into the trash. Understood. He runs
Like
after her.
Forky.
He runs after her. Sure. Um, then he sees the little eye at the top of the conveyor belt. Apparently, the motherfucker had the opportunity to stop the conveyor belt the entire time and just watch her like get pummeled and chopped and squished and squared. And I'm like, sir, when
AJ
he
is
stopped it, I was like, what?
AJ is not about this Sully propaganda. He thinks Sully's the villain.
What are we doing? This man, stop it. If you want to protect the child, make sure it doesn't get hurt.
They never said the star athlete was the star student.
Like that was so like when he stopped it, that blew me, Felipe.
Iconic behavior. Iconic. Um, but I love this preschool. I would watch a short about Boo's day in preschool with the monsters.
You know what? That would be so fun. I
Like
like that you put that up.
that's what we want to watch in Pixar movies.
Yes, because
Mike Wazowski.
all those kids were saying
That
it.
blue goober though, when he bites Mike Wazowski's hands, like how does he still have fingers after this movie? Mike Wazowski. Um, and then Sully toys fall on George because when he was late at the factory,
Ah,
like
yes.
little Ducky that squeaked, it had the same sound effect as Ducky in the first Toy Story. And then George gets 2319 again. Poor man.
A 2319 in the locker room. Like, bro, I'm indecent.
He's already been indecent. They made him indecent when they shaved his body hair off and like made him naked with a cone on his head.
You know, you're not wrong. But like, there's no privacy laws clearly in Monstropolis.
You're gonna appreciate this. Remember when Big Brother was like, "This lady's so foul. Let's put a cone on her head and put a cone on Gina Marie."
Anyway,
Yeah, Sully finds Boo and he's so excited, and the kid bites Mike Wazowski.
what are we
That
doing?
that blue child is a menace. I want a sequel about him. Um,
A sequel about the biter?
yeah, him and
Okay,
Boo. Hey,
cool.
oh, Monsters Inc. 3. It's sorry, Monsters Inc. 2. It's a rom-com about Boo as an adult
A
falling in love with this man,
rom-com.
falling in love with this blue child. They grow up and it's about an interracial interspecies dating.
This is not bestiality.
Wow, okay.
Felipe, listen, you brought it
You
up.
had to make it nasty. You had to make it nasty.
You the one who wants a rom-com.
I'm out here on a story summit in my Pixar bag, and you're out here trying to make me foul and nasty and freaky.
You brought it up.
You
You're the one that's
freaky
trying to cut
frog.
everything.
You monster. Um, you cretin. You one-eyed cretin. It's cretin. Um, so there's a so yeah, Boo laughs because Mike's hand gets bitten and the power out goes out. And then they Mike is like, quickly, quickly, let's get Boo there. Randall says the door's gonna, and then Sully's like, Randall, because Mike opened his big mouth, and this happens again later with Water Noose when he says Water Noose.
Pause.
Uh,
Again, you don't want to hear me say this. Sully, not your job. Does not matter where the door came from.
Again, that's what Mike thinks.
And I told you, I agree with everything Mike did this season, this movie.
But Boo gets scared, and Sully's like, I'm not putting Boo in there. And then Mike is like, listen, it's fine. And he starts jumping on the bed, and then he gets kidnapped by Randall.
It would have also been wrong. Yes, I was.
And then they put Mike in this contraption, and he's like, and Fungus and Randall are like, Wazowski, where's the child, you one-eyed cretin? And then Mike is like, first of all, it's Cretin. If you're gonna antagonize, what does he say? If you're gonna kidnap me, please use the right vernacular or whatever he says. Um,
Mm.
and then Randall's like, I'm about to revolutionize the scare industry. He goes through the secret tunnel. Boo opens that secret tunnel also because they're looking for Mike. The machine gets lowered and the scream extractor is about to turn on. And then Mike is like, we'll talk. We'll have a latte. Honestly, that sounds like a good time. Having an afternoon latte with my friend or with
You
my
know,
like maybe Randall's not the coworker I would choose to have a latte with, but like a latte with Mike Wazowski, that sounds like a pretty good Saturday afternoon.
I sounds like I'll be cackling.
Me and Mike Wazowski, oh, we would have a blast. Like I feel like imagine the friend group, me, you, Mike, and Sully. That would be an iconic squad.
I'm not seeing a dream blunt rotation because I'm not a part of it.
You were in there. I
Don't
said
say.
you, me, Mike, and Sully.
Oh, fair enough.
Delia can join. But we can't think about being in the dream blunt rotation right now because my lungs are not at capacity to enjoy.
That is fair.
So a dream
Also,
edible rotation.
here's my thing. Here's my thing. I like Celia. Let me tell you something. I'll sing Celia's praises all day long. I don't think Celia will be a part of my dream blunt rotation.
No, not at all. But Chalubi, yes.
Chalubi,
Needleman and
yes.
Schmitty, absolutely. Well, because we get this one-off line where he's like, so then I'm talking to Herman, and he's like, you know my mom, she sent me to my room. And I was like I love the ad libs and the background dialogue in these movies. Like I think Pixar, like every like random, like they don't miss with the jokes with like the random moments.
No, they don't.
Um, so Sully ends up unplugging the machine and flips Mike and Fungus for each other. Mike, this is where we get your favorite Mike moment, where he's like, "Hey Fungus, I have a car, and I could give you a ride in my car sometime if you let me out." And then Fungus says, "I'm sorry, Wazowski, but Randall said I'm not allowed to fraternize with victims of his evil plot." These movies are so stupid and funny.
So dumb, Felipe. It's so
Complimentary.
dumb.
And when I say Hoppers is deranged, complimentary. Like I cannot wait until we watch Hoppers. I think so excited to watch that with you.
I'm excited. I'm super excited to watch the movies I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. There's just moments that I'm excited about. Oh, okay, I can't.
Let's
Mike
go.
wants to leave. This also, as a kid, this stressed me out. Fungus being super pale with his like giant lips and his pale body falling
Those
off.
lips scared me.
At That's a Rocky Horror science picture. Rocky Horror. What is it? What's the at the late night double feature? Like you know the lips from Rocky Horror? They're Fungus's lips.
Oh, fair enough.
Just
Okay.
Google Rocky Horror lips.
Okay.
Science fiction double feature lips. Those are Fungus.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
So at the start of the movie, there's a song and it's just the lip singing, and
That's
that's
unnerving.
that's. Oh, I had nightmares when I was a kid. I'd never seen the movie. I had nightmares as a kid because of the Glee episode.
Oh, not a Glee episode.
Kurt Hummel, how dare you for that? If you know, you know. So yeah, so they Mike wants to leave and he's like, let's go. Let's just make a run for it. We'll go to Mexico, basically, is what he's saying. And then he mentions
Great
the
plan.
name. He says, goodbye, Monsters Inc., goodbye, Monstropolis, goodbye, Water Noose. And then Sully's like, wait. And then he's like, no. And then they go to the demo.
What are we doing here? Felipe, what you have a child with you. You're not supposed to have a child. Run. Do not
Run.
turn around. What are we doing, Felipe?
No, but you know,
I hate
Sully.
I hate this man.
Oh, I think I know who's getting your PT flea bag of dust.
No, you do not.
No, I don't. Okay. Um, so yeah, so Waternoose is like, roar, Sullivan. And he's like, no, but I can't. And he's like, roar. And then Boo hippity hops onto the bed right next to the dummy. And then Water's like, roar. And Sully goes at it, roars. Boo starts crying and then runs away and hides. And then Sully's like, Boo, Boo. And Waternoose is like, look at this man, look at this giant. And then he like says goodbye to the students. Sully's looking at the images and see how terrified Boo looks, and then looks at his face and look how terrifying he is. And then the kid falls back knocks her head hood off, and then Waternoose says, "The child." That line delivery was great. And then Mike starts explaining everything. Sully apologizes, and then Waternoose is like, "Who else knows?" And he's like, "Nobody." He's like, "Good. We have to keep it this way. I'm sorry you two boys got mixed up in this. We'll get her door." And they call the door, and then Sully's like, "That's not her door." He's like, "I know. It's yours." And then he pushes them out.
As I love that line delivery.
It's yours.
I know. It's yours.
He and when
I'm
he's
like,
like
oh,
apologizing, I'm so sorry that you all got mixed up in this, you boys, especially you, Sullivan.
I was like, oh, this is so good. I was like, I love this so much.
No, shout out to James Coburn. He like ate it up with his role as Waternoose.
He did. He really
May he
did.
rest in peace.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Um,
It's just a thing with you and Matt on these podcasts being like, yeah, this character, you like, yeah, they died. I'm like,
well, Ligori will be like these random characters that like he goes and looks it up on the Wikipedia. I literally just like look up that voice actor's name and like these are like main characters, but like Ligori is breaking news of all these minor characters too, and I'm like, oh, that's so sad. But yeah, Waternoose is the
genuinely.
main character in this movie. I'm sorry.
Yes, I agree.
Um, so yeah, so they end up in the Himalayas.
Woo!
And they're in the blizzard, and we find out Waternoose is corrupt. So okay, you had things to say about his corruption. Is this where you want to say it, or do you want to say it later? Later.
I can plead my case now.
Yes, plead your case right now.
Monstropolis is a city that is currently on an energy shortage. Like clearly, this factory is the main source of energy for this entire city. And this man says, "Hey, there is a economic problem that could cause economic upheaval if like we do not fix this thing." And Randall, as evil as it may be, was like, "You know what? I have a solution to our problem, and that's to get more screens by extracting them from children." And you know what is there is harm in that. There is active harm in that. However,
There's
this
James
man doesn't.
Ryan. There's a little harm. It's harm, but it's a little harm.
It's a little harm, but what? Imagine the massive amount of harms when our city's in a blackout because we do not have enough screens. This man is
Blackout,
just trying to
blackout.
save.
Isabella, your boyfriend's. Oh wait, that's a different song.
No,
I've
like
mixed up In the Heights and Encanto. LOL.
look at the fireworks,
Fireworks. Blackout,
black.
blackout.
Yeah,
But
is this man doing a bad thing, but for a good reason?
well, I just want to know, is he like shoveling money under the table for Randall to like try his stream extractor? Is he like getting a government grant? Like what's happening here?
Kids are not scared as easily anymore, Felipe. We got to do
No.
all we can to pull out.
Well, it's
Like,
also these
I'm not
dummies.
the one who made the city run on children's screams, but since we're doing it, I got to be efficient.
Well, let me just say, James P. Sullivan is a successful nepotism hire. But if you're just going to hire all these inept people who don't have the skills to back it up, who are underqualified because of nepotism and friendship and all that jazz, maybe you should actually look at the people that are applying who are qualified instead of just picking these buffoons because you like them better. That's my take on the situation, and maybe Waternoose wouldn't have gone to jail. Oh,
I know.
happy Pride. Um, Speaking of going into closets, this whole movie's about that. So
Anyway,
yeah, they're at the Himalayas, and this is where we get, I think officially, John Ratzenberger has the record once again. 4 out of 4 movies.
let's get it.
He shows up as the abominable snowman, and he's like, "Abominable, I'm adorable," and I was like, "Yes,"
Do I
but
look abominable to you?
you, but also like this monster kind of stressed me out, like design look, because like I don't know, he looks like untangled cotton balls, and I don't know, he doesn't look. He's like the most unsettling of the like. Even I'd rather like look at Water News before I look at this monster. He like, if I look at him too long, I get stressed out.
I I think that's fair. I think he's a very a character that thrives on anxiety, and I don't need anxiety in my life.
Except for Anxiety and Inside Out 2.
Haven't seen
I can't wait for that one too. Um,
it.
but yeah, Sully's said Sully sad. Mike is upset with Sully, starts throwing snow cones at him, and he's like, "They're lemon."
Okay, Felipe, I want your honest and humble opinion. Are those lemon snow cones?
You thought they were pea.
I like Felipe. I will stand 10 toes down thinking that is pee.
I would
There
not
is
eat
nothing
snow
about those snow
cones
cones that
made
feels
by
like
the
lemon.
abominable snowman.
Say that again.
I mean, snow cones are overrated as a whole. I think you're just licking ice with flavor on it.
I think if you're looking at it, you're doing it wrong. But I also agree with you.
Like, I
I
mean,
agree they're overrated.
did I have a snow cone last year? Yes. Did I finish a snow cone? No. Is it just flavored ice? Yes. Would I
Yes.
prefer a real ice cream? Absolutely.
Yes.
Like snow cones, I like there's so many choices before a snow cone.
I agree
Um,
with you. Comma, but. There's something about when people squirt that syrup onto the nothing but ice.
real.
Like, this ain't it, but I like the feeling.
Um,
This feels like I'm helping the economy.
we find out there's a village nearby, and Sully's like, "Bet I'm gonna slide down there." And Abominable Snowman's like, "That's gonna be a 3 day hike," and he's like, "We don't got 3 days." And like, to be fair, like this is very efficient. Like, Boo's not even in the Scream Extractor when Sully gets back.
Very efficient,
They took
very
their,
stupid.
they took way too long.
They
Water
did
Goose
take
and
way too.
Randall.
They did take way too long. Because what do you mean you slid down a mountain and found the right, and you found a door that was happened to be open to the factory?
To be fair, they probably never expected to see those two again.
What the fuck are you doing with a kid? Like that, you got to take your time. Go,
Yeah.
Harry, on delay. Like, come
Andale,
on.
andale. No, so we find out this is a door in Nepal because George is standing outside of it, and his friend is like, "Listen, it's a baby door. You got this, Nepal." I was like, "Wow, okay." Disrespect these kids from Nepal. They probably see the Yeti every fucking day.
Listen. That's why they can't. Y'all are banishing too many monsters. They're getting used to y'all. That's the issue.
So yeah, Sully pops through. Oh, we also, before we do this, Mike's sad. He's like, what does this matter? Like, all of my hard work, Celia, do I not matter? And Sully's like, I need to save Boo. I'm sorry, Mike. And Mike's like, you're on your own. And then he sleds, he crashes in the police door. George, he's like, sorry, George. And then the sock is on George again. And he's about to yell 2319. And he puts the sock in he literally shoves a sock in his mouth, throws the man into the door, and I'm like, dang, George is like, he's not about this anymore. He's like, you effed around and found out too many times.
Cause Homeboy was
He
like just
faffed.
before this was like, oh yeah, how good of friends they are, and that's Y and Z saying all this ish, and then you're gonna rat me out a third. Felipe, that's a fake friend. Those are the people you need to worry about. They are
Yeah,
hoes.
George deserves better, and I'm glad George stood up for himself. He spoke on his boundaries. Like, this is a man who's been to therapy.
Now, with that being said, to to his friend's knowledge, his friend has some toxic stuff on him and needs to be saying
Yeah. How do you think his friend gets back?
he does it.
Well, also, like, we never see Mike getting back. How does Mike get back? Do you think Mike
Like,
goes through the same door?
like here's my thing. I'm like, how dare he call his friend? But like, you know what? To his mind, his
Yeah.
friend's about to die. Like,
Valid. Valid.
is he wrong? Is you
y-
know what?
right?
I have questions. I had an opinion, and now I'm questioning it.
Okay,
I have a lot of
what
change.
other questions do you have?
I don't know.
Well, so something that Navi mentioned in the Toy Story podcast we did is that she loves a process. And she said process like a Canadian. I was
But
like, yes.
Felipe, I was like, why did you say it like that?
Well, she said process, so I'm like gonna say process.
Process.
I'm gonna make myself Canadian. But she said that she loves a process. And I do wish that we got a little bit more about the process of Mike getting back into Monstropolis and Monsters Inc. because
Mhm.
that is something that the movie kind of just like is like, cut for time.
Cause let me tell you something. Mike ain't making him no sled.
Yeah, Mike didn't get on sleds. Does he just roll down like a snowball?
Yes,
That's the only logic. Like another short film.
I like
Pixar,
it.
just give me some money and you can take these ideas. Boo's day at
Take him.
preschool, Mike sledding down. But then, yeah, Sully breaks the scream extractor,
Mm,
breaks the machine, and then Randall starts attacking. He's like, I always wanted to do this, Sullivan. Steve Buscemi also ate it up in this role.
yes,
Like Mike and Randall, even as a kid, had recognizable voices that I was like, oh, these are interesting, like
he does have a
actor.
random,
Yeah.
recognizable voice. He does.
Um, but Randall starts attacking, and Randall has the power of invisibility, so he starts choking Sully, and Boo's like stressing out, and Mike starts throwing snowballs, and finally yeets one at Randall, and then Randall falls, and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, hey, Randall," like. Mike Wazowski's a little bit of a goober at some points in this
A
movie.
little bit of a goober, a lot of it.
A lot of that. So Mike, Boo, and Sully start sprinting, and then Celia grabs Mike's leg and is like, Michael Wazowski, if you don't tell me what's going on this minute. And then he's like, listen, the child. Sully took the child, and now we're protecting him. Randall's is in it. Randall is trying to kidnap the child, and Water Noose is corrupt. And then Celia's like, you expect me to believe that? And then Boo shows up, and he's like, Kitty! I love Boo. Boo is so funny.
But was so goofy.
Boo is so goofy. And she's the star of the Pixar cinematic universe because, like, theoretically, she's trying to look for Sully and Brave. That's like, we'll talk about it when we get there.
We'll talk about that brave.
We should do a whole podcast on the Pixar universe theory, maybe at the end of the series.
I will like
Um,
that.
Celia is upset, but she's like, listen, I'm gonna give some mad respect to Celia because you expect me in the manner of a minute to process everything that Mike just said to her, forgive him enough to go help him in minutes. Like I would need time to get through all those feelings. But she's like, no, my man needs help. Congrats, Randall Boggs, on being the new scarer. And like she's obviously doing it as a distraction. And like I would like to
Mhm.
think in the nick of time I'd show up for people in a crisis. But like Homegirl processed those emotions so quickly.
So quickly, like genuinely, she really did switch sides like ASAP. And I was like, you know what? I like it, but
That's a
like,
woman who has a healthy relationship to herself and her needs.
if that's what you would like to think, I'm not going to crush that. I'm not gonna-
Um, so yeah, so they end up hopping onto the door and they start chasing Boo's door, and this
so,
so cool.
so cool, Felipe.
Well, this is what they're supposedly making the ride about,
They took too long, Felipe.
right? But this is so cool. Like I always wanted to ride on the doors. I thought this was so cool as an adult. And this is also why I have this background for Zoom because of when they go through the little vacation one.
Yeah. Mike's like, why can't we be banished here?
Yeah. But yeah, so Randall's right after them. And that's a slippery dude because he gets right behind them even with the congratulations derail.
He does.
So they hop on and they're like, Uncle Mike, make her laugh. And then she starts giggling and they go through the door and Randall goes after. They go through the vacation. I wrote Hawaii, it could be Polynesia, but they wrote through that door. Then they cut through Japan, they cut through Paris. And I don't know how to describe it, but these little cut through scenes bring me so much joy. Like in any sort of like franchise, like another version of this is like in Fairly Odd Parents Channel Chasers when they're going to
Mm-hmm.
the different TV.
Love
Like
Shan Chaser.
this is something so soothing for me. It's like the little going through one door and entering and like it's like a very Scooby-Doo. I don't know. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
how to define this genre, but whatever this is like serotonin for me, pure bliss.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So Randall snags Boo and starts dropping Mike and Sully, and then they keep going through doors, and Randall ends up like getting in the door and like kicking Sully's fingers as he's falling off, and then Boo is like scared, but then all of a sudden she's like, nah, and she starts whacking him with the bat, and he turns all these different colors, and you're like, get him again, Boo, whack him again, whack him again.
I get. Go
And
for
then
it.
this is when you know Sully, like his exercise in the morning pays off because he lifts himself. I'm like, I'm a big boy. I can't lift myself up like that, and Sully can.
No.
So we love seeing that. Like he's not just big; he's also strong. um, so yeah, and then they get Randall, and there's like a one, a two, and then get him out of here, and they throw him. And this line lives rent free in my head since I was a kid. Navigator, give me that shovel. He's like, but I wrote down so they throw him in the RV, and he's like, Mama, Navigator got in the house, and then the mama's like, Navigator, give me that shovel. Ah!
How many gators are getting to this house? What are we
When you live in
doing?
the swamp,
Yeah, keep your doors closed.
it's not even just a house; it's an RV. It's literally a trailer. How keep those doors closed? But
Keep them closed.
then I want to ask: is this the RV that the circus ants are under?
That's what I said. I said it was.
Yeah, I think we
I,
talked about this on Bugs Life.
did we?
We might have mentioned it offhand, but like the gator scene lives rent free in my mind. Like that is a vocal stem of mine. Another gator, give me that shovel.
Okay. like.
See, that's my vocal
Shut
stem
up
as a
to.
kid, and then my vocal stem as an adult is I tried to run away from it, picked me up with its mind powers, and shook me like a doll.
Like, just shout out to the mama being like, you know, I'm not scared of no goddamn gator. Like, give me that goddamn shovel. We gonna show you what's good
Yeah.
tonight.
You know this family is not white.
Oh, this is so white. This is such a white family. Pause. This is white family. Like white.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I
100%.
felt like she was like a Latina lady with the shovel. Like that's giving chancla energy. But you might be
I,
right. This could be like trailer trash.
like I don't like I'll be above 50 with Felipe. After you said Edna Mode was white, I do not trust you a racist. I do not trust you.
We still don't know. We still don't know. We still don't know. Um, anyways, because
Yeah.
do you not see Sandra Diaz Swine whacking a gator with a shovel? I could see it.
I can see Sandra whacking a lot of things with a shovel. A gator is not one of them.
Well, Sandra's smart enough to keep her doors locked at night.
Correct. Correct.
Like, please don't put disrespect on that queen's name.
She's not leaving that door unlocked for a gator to get in.
No, the gator. Give me that shovel. Boom. So yeah, they arrive at Boo's door finally. She had her hood up. And then they Mike and Sully are getting called on the door. Yeah, so they're like, Uncle Mike, please make some jokes. And her hood was up as Mike hurts himself. Like, how do you feel about physical pain as a comedy source?
I I don't love them. I like listen, I'm the person who said all my life, you fall, I will laugh first, and then I'll help you up. So,
I,
but I think doing that to like try to elicit a laugh is like not like true comedy.
I agree. I've never been a big fan of the Jackass franchise for that reason.
No.
Because I'm like, why are you hurting yourself? This doesn't make me laugh. Like, listen, sometimes there's something funny. Like Funniest Home Videos, every once in a while, one of those will get me good. But like,
Like
maybe
I'm a fit
as a kid, maybe it hits different.
here's the thing. I like Home Alone. Like I will say that.
You like
Um
slapstick, but you don't like slap my face and like smash a door
yeah.
into it and poke me in the eye and rip a
Yeah.
band-aid off my chest hair and hurt me.
Correct.
Yeah,
You feel me, Felipe. You
I
see
feel
me.
you. I think
You
I always was like, Jackass is a little stupid for me.
see-
But listen, Boo loves Mike Wazowski getting hurt, and Mike Wazowski just riddled in pain. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Like, don't hurt yourself.
they call
Not for
they
others' entertainment.
the CDA and Water News called the door upon them, and they come up with the plan. So Mike races with the costume, and the CDA chase him. But then Waternoose sees that Sully and Boo are escaping. So then he goes after them. And then Sully goes to the demo room and switches the door in.
Hmm.
And they go and he pretends that he's placing Boo in the bed. And then Waternoose comes in and he's like, we have to rescue the company. And Sully's like, but aren't you going too far? You're going to kidnap a child? And then Waternoose says, I'll kidnap 1,000 children before I let this company die. And I'll silence anyone who gets in my way. And then
Not great. Not great.
your defense for your man.
Listen, sometimes you just have a bad hand, and this is a bad hand I was dealt. This is a bad hand.
Listen, you're the lawyer. You got to defend your man.
I'm a prosecutor. I'm a prosecutor.
Simulation terminated. Simulation terminated for AJ as well. The simulation has been terminated. He doesn't have to go on mock trial. Did you like mock trial in college?
Love my trial.
I feel like you would love mock trial.
Oh my gosh, I love my
I
trial.
love the Suits episodes of mock trial, and yeah. Um, but yeah, so number one wants to speak to the boys as they're arresting Waternoose, and Mike is like, "Let me show you again my favorite part. I'll kidnap 1,000
Here,
child."
here is my one defense. Here will be my one argument. He actively said to James, or I think this is while he getting arrested or something like that. Like, this energy crisis is going to get worse because of this.
Yeah,
Like, like he is just trying to save people. And listen, trying to help the common good.
AJ, the defense rests.
That's all I have. That's all
Um,
if this doesn't work, we're crap out of luck.
well, listen, you can rebrand into full-time podcaster, which is the goal. At the end of the day, you're just going to law school as a backup.
that's that's a wild shot at me, Felipe. That's
Uh,
a,
so number one wants to speak to the boys. CDA is like, number one wants to speak, and we find out it's Roz. Mike Wazowski, 2.5 years of undercover work almost went to kablooey, whatever she says. She doesn't say that, but
Was almost wasted.
was almost wasted. But we didn't realize Water News was at the top and doing this. And then it's like we have to talk about the child. And he's like, I just want to send her home. And he's like, cool, I'll get the shredder. And then Sully's like, wait, I'll never see her again. And then she's like, yeah, that's how it goes. So Mike says goodbye to Boo, hugs her, and he's like, this was fun. We had some laughs. And then Boo starts showing Sully toys, which include little Mikey the bear, Jesse from Toy Story, the ball from Pixar, and Nemo. And I think, according to my calculations, this is our first preview.
I'm so excited that they got to see Chico.
You mean Bingo? Elmo? Um, So yeah, this I think is our first Pixar preview where like we see a future character as opposed to just characters from the past. Because I remember even as a kid, I was like, "That's Nemo!"
I I just thought that was a fishy.
Fishy, fishy.
Fishy, fishy.
Um,
A
no,
fishy,
that's
wake up.
Nemo. That's
A
Nemo.
fishy, fishy, wake
Oh my God, she's a menace.
up.
I have a coworker who looks like her.
Mm.
Um, Kitty has to go. That breaks me. Boo gets up and the door is shredded, so she says, "Kitty!" Opens the door. Okay, now pause. I have a question for
Pause.
you.
You gotta answer.
Do you like the ending we get where they rebuild the door, or do you kind of feel like they should have just kept it at this and then we see the laugh factory in the future and then we don't reconnect Sully and Boo?
I don't think we should have reconnected Sully and Boo. I get it. We grew attached to Boo over the past 90 minutes, and like Boo was such a fun character, S, Y, and Z. Like I didn't like that we ended it like that. I think him like reminiscing about the wooden piece, like cool with that. Like, oh, I will remember you. But I think them opening the door was not. I didn't like that.
I think as a kid I would have disagreed with you, and I feel like they made that ending for the kids. But as an
Mm.
adult, I fully agree with you. I think they should have just like it would have been more powerful. Sad but powerful.
Hmm.
That being said, that's not the ending we got, and I feel like they probably made the ending for the kids, not for the adults
Hmm.
here. But yeah, I just wanted to hear what you thought about that because I think maybe it ends stronger for me with a more definitive, conclusive ending. If then we see the next scene, and then he just looks at the clipboard and he's like missing and but it is what it is. We got
Yeah.
because it's also like the shredder doesn't shred like that. It shreds like smooth. I don't know.
I don't. I wrote in my notes that ain't your kid.
That ain't your kid.
That ain't your...
Kitty. No, that's actually Randall's kid, to be fair.
Hold it
Um,
on.
Another gator. Give me that shovel. Uh, Mike gives Sully Boo door piece, and Mike says, "At least we had some laughs while we were at it." And then Sully's like, "Laughs." And then, because the Needleman and Smitty are like, "Oh, I hope we get to go home early for the day." And then the other
I
one's
felt
like,
that.
"You idiot! They're shutting down the factory." And I was like, "No, but I
Whoa.
heard half day."
Literally half day. I love
Also, like, this felt like it took the whole day. How does it feel like it's a half day? Like, it's probably not even like 10 a.m.
if it's not even 10 a.m. Oh my gosh, that would be so lovely. Let me go home. Send me back home,
Crazy.
please.
Crazy. Well, no, because it has to be after lunch because they already went to lunch. So it
Mm.
feels like no, this feels like this is probably like close to shutting down time, anyways. Like quit at the quitting time and not a minute later. Um,
Can we talk about how wild it was for Mike to uh make a restaurant reservation so close to closing?
Crazy.
That's
Well,
ridiculous.
it's the only reservation he could get because of Sully, right?
And let me tell you something. No, because I saw those people in the restaurant. Those were a lot of his coworkers. They just don't like him.
You think Mike's been banned from Harryhausen's, and then they were like, okay, Sully, and then it's under the name Googly Bear.
Yeah,
Oh, Googly Bear, schmutzy poo. I'm just gonna send AJ random voice memos being like, Googly Bear. Did you respond
I,
to Navi? Let me check.
I did.
Okay, did Navi respond?
My phone's on Do Not Disturb.
Oh, Navi did. Oh my God, Navi.
What happened?
You just have to open it.
Oh Jesus! Get back to podcasting.
Yeah. Um. So Mike gives Sully the information after he goes. So we go in the future. How long do you think this? Go watch the YouTube video for AJ's reaction.
No.
His eyes, like of Hopper caressing a jacked flick. No.
No,
Um, so yeah, so how long do you think this is the future? Like 10 months? A year? Do they say?
I don't think they. If they said, I didn't write it down.
Yeah. I don't think they said, but it has to be like a little bit of time, I feel like.
Like I like this
It
feels
takes
like the
Mike like a couple months to rebuild that door.
because it feels like a reopening of the factory.
Yeah. Well, also like according to Monsters at Work, they go the next day and it's the Laugh Factory. So I feel like it has to be no, like a year in the future.
Like first things first, you gotta like get people on board that laughing is like a good alternative to
Hmm.
screams.
Yeah.
And like let me tell you something. I get it. You can almost instantaneously see that. Comma, but especially with bureaucrats and Monstropolis, that's gonna take a while.
100%. Yeah, but we see that Mike goes in, he does his stand-up routine. The kid's not laughing, so he just like flips and burps, and then the kid starts laughing. But yeah, we find out that he did kindergarten 3 years in a row.
Can I tell you something? That I think that would actively terrify me if I wake up and a monster's just doing stand up comedy in my room. Like that.
You'd rather get scared.
Yes, like that is so terrifying.
If we ever go on a vacation together, I'm just gonna wake you up in the middle of the night, do stand-up. But like, I'm gonna get you good.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and then he leaves and he says, "Tip your waitresses," and I said, "Ashley Hollis could never."
Does she not tip?
Apparently, she's in controversy that she doesn't tip. She doesn't believe in tipping.
Like here's my thing. I believe in tipping.
Thank you.
Um, with that being said, I also believe like restaurant workers should be making more
Oh
money.
no, 100%. Service service people should be making livable wages, comma, but if they're
Correct.
not, they should be getting tips.
I think even if you are making a livable wage, you should be getting tips.
I agree. I agree. And Ashley Hollis apparently disagrees.
That's the choice.
Yeah. Um, so your other podcast host could probably tell you more information. I don't really keep up with people after the season, but
Me
yeah.
and you both, Felipe.
So yeah, laughter is 10 times more powerful than screams. We get the magazine with the barcode on Mike Wazowski's face, and then Mike fixes Boo's door, and we hear Kitty, and then we get the credit song, If I Didn't Have You.
Yeah.
And also the bloopers which includes the play, but my version of Disney Plus didn't have that,
I was
unfortunately.
about to say mine didn't have it either, and I was so sad.
But they're probably on YouTube. Overall, Monsters Inc. How are we
Fun
feeling?
movie. Fun movie.
Fun movie. I feel like this is top tier Pixar, but not like tip top, if that
I
makes
agree.
sense. And I feel like that will probably transition smoothly into getting to our segment ratings. So where do you want to start with this? Do we want to go in the same order as last time, start with the song, go backwards, or do we want to start somewhere else?
Let's start with the song because I know is exactly where I'm putting the song.
Okay, awesome. Where are you putting it?
I'm gonna give this a solid. Okay, I said that. Um, I'm gonna give it a B.
A B.
I like the song. It's a nice song. I like the instrumental at the start more. I do not love it when Billy Crystal and John Goodman are singing. Like, not saying they have terrible singing voices. It's just I felt like if we had like better singers singing this, it would have hit more than it actually did.
Hmm. I feel like if we were ranking the instrumental version, I'd probably give it an A. But because we're ranking the version that has the
Yeah,
lyrics, I'm giving it a C. Putting this in between Woody's Roundup at B and The Time of Your Life at D.
that's so wild. You have Woody Roundup up in C.
Woody's Roundup is a B, excuse you.
That is so wild. It's even higher than C.
Yes, and I stand by it. What about it?
That's such a choice.
What about it? Um,
That's
yeah.
wild. You have Woody Roundup above this.
Woody's Roundup, Rootin'est Tootin'est Cowboy, and the Wild Wild West.
What are we doing?
AJ, it's okay to have a wrong opinion every once in a while. I still love you, but you are incorrect here, and I feel like the listeners are on my side. And if I'm wrong, I will not eat a chapstick because I'm not a mon, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Anyways, um, do you want to go to MVP, LVP next? Because I'm curious who your PT flea bag of dust is if it's not going to be Sully.
Let's go to MVP and LVP.
So yes, for this section, just a reminder, we do a Luxo Lamp Spotlight, which is our MVP of the episode, our Luxo Ball of Comedy, the funniest character of the episode, and our PT Fleabag of Dust, our LVP of the episode. AJ, where do you want to start?
Let's start with the Lusso Spotlight.
Luxo Spotlight, who are you giving your MVP to?
So I feel like I have been very open this podcast. Like I clearly have a bias. Like far and away, give it to Mike Wazowski. It's so much fun. Like honestly, from the start to the finish, I was questioning, do I want to give it to him or do I want to save him for the I forgot what was it called. What do you call it? The funny character.
Luxo Ball of Comedy.
Yeah, the ball comedy. I was thinking about giving it to Mike Wazowski, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like a lot of Mike's jokes did not hit. A lot of like. I think he's a funny character. I think he did a lot of funny stuff. When he was like doing his stand-up bit, I was like, I did not care for the stand-up bit.
Mhm. I
No,
feel like
no
he's funny
offense.
for kids, but maybe as an adult he doesn't hit as hard.
Like every decision, every action, I was like, I'm on your side, Mike. Let's do this. Let's get rid of it. I just want to go on a date with my girl. Why are you bringing work? Like, what are we doing here?
Mike Wazowski, the king of work-life balance.
Love it, love it, love it. So
Yes.
I'm giving mine to Mike.
I'm giving mine to Boo. I love Boo, and she's like so fun, and she's like the heart of the movie. Like, and I don't know, I just Boo is just iconic and such an important character in this film, and like for a character that doesn't have a ton of like dialogue, just like gibberish, she's just very important to the film, and like she survives a whole city going after her. I don't
She
know, that's
does.
pretty iconic to me.
I think that's funny that you said that, and I think I know where your so ball comedy is going, but Boo is taking mine. I was like, Boo's the funniest character in this thing. Like, she's hilarious. Like, honestly, I just think 3 year olds might just be funny as all get out. But like, this was like such an adorable 3 year old, so funny. Like, she was always down for the mischief. She was always down for the chaos. Like, the worst possible thing that she could do, she did it with a smile on her face. And how could you not laugh?
Yeah. I'm struggling with my Lexo Ball of comedy. Like obviously I want to give it to Chalubi, but I don't even know if that's correct, if that's actually Chalubi. But like Shake Him Like a Doll. He's also such a small character that I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to give it to Randall, but I'm like, is it Randall that's
Hmm.
funny? Uh
Is it
or is
Randall?
it Fungus saying that Randall says not to fraternize? But like I can't give it to Fungus because Fungus has that one line. Um
That's fair.
can I double up on Boo with you?
Let's double
Oh,
up on Boo. That's not where I thought
but
you were going, but
also,
let's do
Mike
it.
Wazowski also has the line, "We can have a latte." That cracks me up. Maybe here I'll give Mike my point because I feel
I
like
genuinely thought you were going about to give it to Needleman and Smitty.
I almost give it to them. I almost give it to them, but I feel like there's
I
enough. I mean, I also wait. Who did we give it in the past? Like, did I give it to minor character? I mean, no. Everyone else is like, I feel like it has to be like a bigger character for me to give it to them. I don't know. Maybe not.
Fair enough.
I feel so conflicted on this one. I'll just give it to Mike Wazowski because I feel like if we
Mike
come
Wazowski.
away with no Mike Wazowski getting a comedy point, I think people are gonna be mad at us.
That's fair. That's fair.
And so what about your PT flag of flea bag of dust? I'm so curious for this one.
I'm gonna give it to Randall.
Randall. Okay,
I'm
interesting.
I'm giving like listen. Was Randall not a fleabag this entire movie? Like he was being so disrespectful, so rude. Like being envious that like Sully was the top leaderboard and he was number. Like you said at the beginning, he was like leaps and bounds from like what's his name? Whoever came in third place with the 70,000 points.
Raft.
And sure. And he was like literally such a fuddy duddy the entire time. And then him wanting to beat up Sullivan for what? Sully didn't do nothing wrong. Sully has encouraged him every opportunity, like, hey, this is gonna be some friendly competition here. And he just holds that resentment. Like resentment is ugly on everybody.
We didn't
And
even
Randall carried it heavy.
we didn't even talk about the fact that like Randall likes the fact that they think he's cheating when he's like, no, I'm just doing things nefarious things with water noose, and you think I'm cheating. I'm trying to cheat. We can go with that story.
That's fair.
Um, I'm gonna give mine to the CDA agents because they were kind of useless.
Tell that to George. Tell that to
Yeah, and they disrespected my friend George. But
George.
you are telling me that like 50 of you people can't figure out where this freaking child is. You literally go to where the lights are flickering and flashing at the apartment. You go and inspect the apartment that blacked out because she was giggling. Like, what do you mean you're just flying a helicopter around for funsie? What do you mean you're just interviewing people? You detain Celia, can't even figure out that there was you don't know what happened at dinner. You don't interview her boyfriends and his roommate. Like these useless agents. Like so they and then going to Sully for an autograph. His daughter doesn't even want a Sully autograph. She would rather a My Little Pony.
Can I change mine?
To who?
George's assistant.
I almost gave it to him, but what's his name?
Well, what is his name?
Here, I'm gonna try to Google that. George's assistant.
That's why I was clicking and Googling while you're talking.
George assistant.
Charlie Proctor.
That's the voice actor probably. Charlie Proctor was a scare assistant. Oh my God, not was. Charlie Proctor. Okay.
Give it to Charlie. I hate him. He was such a fake friend. So rude to his friend George.
Yeah, so Charlie Proctor. Yeah, Justice for George.
Yes, George, justice for George.
Charlie Proctor. Yeah, so that's our little segments here. I was surprised Sully didn't take any licks from you in this segment at all, not even just like vocally.
I think I was more annoyed with his competence, but I was not annoyed with him as a character.
Valid, valid. Um, all right. I don't know. I think movie rankings, should we do movie or villains first? I feel like villains gonna be a longer conversation.
Sure, let's do longer conversation villains first.
Okay. We got Randall and Waternoose. Do you want to start with Randall?
Let's start with Randall.
Okay. So just to reset, our Mount Rushmore is the same right now, with Stinky Pete, Hopper, Sid, and Al. We both have Al at C, Sid at B. I have Hopper and Stinky Pete in A. You have Stinky Pete in, sorry, in S, and you have Hopper in S and Prospector in A. Where are you putting Randall?
Like, like not to go with the Toy Story comparisons. Like Randall is Pete but better. Like in every way, shape, or form. Like he's like with the Water News being the pause. I think if you look at Water News for like 5 seconds, you're like, no, that's the bad guy. But I don't know. When I first watched it, I did not click. Um, like Randall is such a like. Here's my big thing. Like he's mean and what for?
Hmm.
And that's where I'm standing at. Like, why we're like, I get Watermuse's opinion. I get the Proctor's opinion. Why the Proctor act the way he did. Like, Randall was just like, I'm just a cartoon villain. Like, I just suck at life. Like, people don't like me. Like, I go to my apartment alone every night with no text messages from none of my friends. Like, that's who Randall is as a person. Like, not to crap on Randall.
Hmm.
So, like, I don't want to reward just a low life. So I will give it to, but let's put him in B. Do I have Sid in B?
You have Sid and B.
Let's put him in B, but above Sid.
That's literally where I put him. I put him in B above Sid. I was literally editing my spreadsheet as I was listening to you, and I put him in B above Sid as well. So yeah, I think he's better than Sid, but like you definitely, I feel like Waternoose is the stronger villain of the two.
Yes.
So do you want to start with Waternoose then?
Let me get your opinion on Water Deuces.
So I am trying to figure out. I feel like I'm ready to knock one of my two villains from S into A and let them join Waternoose, but I can't figure out who I want it to be. I think I'm gonna knock Hopper into A with Waternoose. Waternoose is our second twist villain,
Hmm.
but I feel like there's still villains to come in the S tier. Like, I know for me, Lotso Hug and Bear is going to be up there for sure. So I think I'm going to knock Hopper into A and put Waternoose above Hopper and then keep Stinky Pete at the top. That's where I'm feeling right now. What about you?
Do I have Hopper above Stinky Pete?
Yes, you did. You have Hopper at first and then Stinky Pete second.
I think I have Stinky Pete in A, don't I? I think Water News can join Stinky Pete in A.
So you have
Um,
Hopper in S and then Waternoose and Stinky Pete in A.
yes.
And then who's first?
Like I like them being together. I feel like they just like, and I get you have Stinky Pete above. I like them being like right beside each other. Who do I prefer as a villain? I did try to make excuses for Sticky Pete, and I did try to make excuses for Water News. Um, I'm put Stinky Pete above Water News because I feel like Water News and Hopper are like very similar characters, and I think Hopper does it better.
I think Hopper might be, I mean, Hopper and Waternoose are probably the scariest ones.
Hmm.
And maybe that's like Hopper's just like an outright evil villain from Jump versus
Yes.
like I mean Sid's kind of like that too, but like everyone else is kind of like a twist. Oh, Randall is like an antagonist, but
Hmm.
I feel like the bigger villains that will come to love in this are like the twist villains who like betray us. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So
Um,
I'll do so. It will be Hopper at A at S for me, then A Sticky Pete, then Water News.
All right, yeah. So I have Stinky Pete at S, Water Noose at A, Hopper at A under Water Noose. And then Randall and Sid both at B, and Al at C. And I feel like ours are pretty similar with a little bit adjustments.
Mhm.
But I do think it is time for us to have the discussion. It's the first time we have to kick someone off the Mount Rushmore. Uh, do you want to go first, or should I?
I think this. I like how you said that. I'm ready to put both of them on, both Randall and Waternoose and Mount
And
Rushmore.
kick both Sid and Al off?
Let's kick them both off.
Agreed. I agree with you 100%. I mean, you can just tell that from our rankings. Um, and but you have Waternoose in the third spot and Randall in the fourth.
Yes.
And I have Waternoose in the second spot, Hopper in the third, and Randall in the fourth. So,
So we're about to get to a point. Like I think in the next, does Finding Nemo have a villain?
I mean, we could talk about Darla, we could talk about the dentist, are kind of like our villains, like the humans, I guess.
I'll give you Darla. I will not give you the Dennis.
Darla, I guess, but I feel like we're locked in until like I think Syndrome is the next character that we will talk about. I feel like
Okay. Out of Credibles, we're going to have an actual discussion on who's actually on the Mount Rushmore.
yeah, I think we can have another discussion. I think Darla, I mean, if we're being silly, we can put Darla in the Mount Rushmore, but I don't think so. Darla's definitely gonna be like a C tier villain. But I think the ocean as a concept is more scary than Darla.
The ocean as a concept. I love that. The answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Um, I think I'm curious to see how our conversation is gonna go for this next section, where we go to the movie villains. Sorry, not movie villains, movie rankings. And I feel very confident in my answer, so I'm curious what yours is gonna be if you're
I'm
on the fence
also
at all.
very confident.
Okay. So, without further ado, I'm gonna tell you what my fourth is. I think we're
Mhm.
in agreement. I think four is gonna be Bug's Life.
I agree.
I think 4 out of 4 for both of us is Bug's Life.
Yes.
Um, do you think we're in agreement here?
Yes.
Do you think this is 3 for both of us?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'll let you go first then.
Yeah, I think Monsters Inc. was like a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. It was like a lot of um funny characters, funny moments. I think I remember this very highly and I understand why. I think Toy Story is like hands down like just a better movie than this. Like full stop, no offense. And I think after watching Toy Story 2 and watching this, like I am more quickly to go back to Toy Story 2. I think this was fun. I think I think I don't see myself clamoring to watch this again anytime soon. Where I do see myself wanting to watch Toy Story 2 again soon.
I I think these are both great. I think I will definitely be rewatching both of these multiple times in the future. I think for me, Toy Story, like for me, it's between Toy Story and Monsters Inc., right? Since I have Toy Story
Mm,
2 higher. Toy Story is just so funny, and I think like the legacy of it being the first, like not that Monsters Inc. I think Monsters Inc. at the end of the conversation, if we do a Mount Rushmore for movies, it has a case to be at least in the top
mm.
10, let alone Mount Rushmore. Uh, I just think it's like it's great. It's I think a better world that is built,
Yes, 100%.
but I think I don't know. I think it's just it's not as strong. I think it's not
Like the
it's
side characters here are strong. Or no, the side characters in Toy Story are stronger than the side characters
I
here.
think it's also like yeah, there's more ensemble, there's more laughs, and not that this like this was funnier in my head than it was on a rewatch. Not
I
that there
agree.
weren't laughs, but like
Yes.
I remember Mike Wazowski was so funny to me as a kid, and I don't know, he just didn't hold up as an adult.
Yes.
Maybe it's just that we're older and like these movies are also like oh the jokes are targeted for kids. But I think I had a blast and I will love this movie. I don't dislike this movie. I
I
think
don't either.
Bugs Life I like. This
Mhm.
movie I love. So this is a different level, but I think I like. If you ask me which is the best movie on this list, I think Toy Story and Toy Story 2 are both stronger movies. And I would love to continue to watch all of these in the future. But like I think it's just a taste thing, and I think Monsters Inc. is like the weakest of the three.
Like I think what you said there was like key. Like I remember this more fondly than I did watching it
And I
now.
still love this movie. Like I will happily rewatch this. I had a great time rewatching and revisiting
Mhm.
it. I think also it's a little slower paced than the other Toy Stories 2. Toy Story 2 and Toy Story, I think there were moments where I was like watching the movie because like I said to you privately, like I will watch the movie once for vibes and then once for notes.
Mhm.
And just like watching it, granted, I have been sick, so maybe it was like I don't want to watch this right now because I'm sick and I'm not in a good mood, and I'd rather like just lay down and just like not think. But like I was kind of like, okay, can we move this along a little bit? And not that was like the first time I felt this in this rewatch. Even with Bugs Life, I think I was just so fascinated by like not remembering it. Versus this was like, okay, I kind of know what happens here. We can move it up a little bit. But I love Monsters Inc. and I always will. And
I agree.
this will definitely be one of the first movies I show my kids one day. But I think I might prioritize Toy Story and Toy Story 2.
Like
Um,
I think that's the thing. Like you asked me which movie am I going to show like my kids first, this movie or Toy Story 2. I'll show this movie before I show the
but
movie
this
to
is
kids.
a required reading. At a certain point, we will get there.
Like that's what I think. Like when you said that, I was like, yeah, I feel like this movie was made more for kids than like the previous two. Which is funny because the Toy Stories are about toys. Like actively, but I
Mhm.
feel like there's like more stuff for everybody there, especially in Toy Story 2. Um,
I'm so curious how Finding Nemo shakes up the board next week. That's going to be a fun discussion.
because I think we're
I
both
mean,
on record saying multiple times that it's our favorite movie.
of all time, not just Pixar. Like Finding Nemo is my favorite movie. People literally ask me all the time, "What's your favorite movie?" I say Finding Nemo. Like full stop. And like I don't know, I'm just curious to see how it resonates
I'm
and
intrigued.
like it's definitely gonna shake the snow globe. I added a Mount Rushmore little tab here, so for us, like so Bugs Life. I'm sorry, this is you
Felipe
can
shared that document with me.
Bessie, you are already shared.
No, I'm not.
Do you want me to dox your email right now?
Please don't.
Okay,
I'll
here.
check. I'll check.
Yeah, you have this document. We can put colors in
Oh,
it
dang,
later.
I do have this document.
Y'all go bully AJ in the comments, please.
That is funny.
But yeah, any memorable quotes that are gonna stick with you? I know we don't have the quotes tab anymore, but I still, besides "shake me like a doll," fraternize with it about his evil plot.
Like I get you said like the first line of the movie of leaving the door open is the worst mistake an employee can make because
It could let in a draft.
it can let in a child.
Yeah,
Like that's a good one. Uh,
Flambile is a wild name. I'm sorry.
flip like show that his parents did not love him.
Like Fitz parents.
Yes. What is it? Bring your obscure relative to work day. Love that.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo. Like this movie's still fun. Like we had a blast talking about it. Like I wouldn't like. There are other movies on this list that I would be like, AJ, can we reschedule? I'm sick. This is not one of them.
This is not a favorite quote, but this will be a quote I'll be using in my life moving forward.
Another gator. Give me that shovel.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just being honest.
Who said that?
Mike, when Randall was attacking Sully, and he was like, "You're attacking me."
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm
"I'm
not
not attacking
attacking you. I'm just being honest.
you."
Um, Pixar has some nice little digs. Like, you are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. So long.
You have my
But yeah, we did that. Monsters Inc. Not the last time we'll talk about this franchise, but definitely going to be a minute since Monsters University is a ways away. In the meantime, until we get to Finding Nemo, any quick previews?
uh super excited for Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
We already previewed that. We love
it's
this
a
movie.
great big blue world. I'm singing the lyrics wrong, but have you ever seen Finding Nemo the musical at Animal
No,
Kingdom?
no.
When the great big blue world. I'll send you some TikTok clips.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
AJ,
I'm so excited. I think here's the thing. I think Dory might be one of my favorite Pixar characters. Full stop. So I'm super excited to be introduced
are you
to
my
Dory.
conscience?
Like she is so fun, Felipe.
Yeah.
She's so much fun. Like, what's up?
I forgot to give the credits to the Monsters Inc. voice cast real quick.
Give credits to him.
I'm so disrespectful. Sam Black as George Sanderson, Jeff Pigeon as Bile, Bonnie Hunt as Flint. Bonnie Hunt is in this. It's crazy. Steve Suskin as Jerry, who is the manager of the scare floor. Daniel Gerson as Needleman and Schmitty. Frank Oz as Fungus. John Ratzenberger as Yeti. Bob Peterson as Roz, who was also, I think, like a production manager. He did something on this. Supervisor. Jennifer Tilly as Celia May. James Coburn as Henry J. Waternoose. Steve Buscemi as Randall Boggs. Mary Gibbs as Boo. Billy Crystal and John Goodman as Mike Wazowski and James P. Sully Sullivan. That's
Nice,
it. Thank you.
nice,
Sorry.
nice.
I love giving the voice acting talent their due.
No, you're good, fam. You're good.
Yes.
You're all...
Um, but yeah, we're gonna talk about some good voice acting talent in Ellen DeGeneres and Albert Brooks next week, and Willem Dafoe.
Willem, Jay's mortal enemy.
Yeah, Jay is not gonna listen to the Finding Nemo podcast, but it's okay. We still respect them.
You're so great.
Yeah. AJ, where can the good people keep up with you? And any final thoughts on Monsters Inc.?
Final thoughts. Listen, I know I said I don't think I'm gonna watch it anytime soon. That's a true statement, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. I still love this movie. It's still a great movie. Full stop. A lot of fun. A lot of great energy. Um, so excited that we're doing this project for like moments like this where I get to like relive like some childhood memories. Where people can catch up with me. As referenced earlier in this podcast, me and the great Matt Lagori on Free Agents Millennial TV podcast, where we talk about Drake and Josh every week. Besides that, you can find me on Twitch whenever I find time in my schedule to play games, having fun there. And
Yeah,
that's it.
you can check in on AJ in August, playing Twitch. But yeah, you should ask Matt Lagori to rank the four movies next time you talk to him that
Fair.
we talked about so far, just for his takes. But with all that said, you can go like and subscribe on YouTube and go subscribe to Animation Station, a Brazilian Dragon production on your favorite podcast app of choice, be it Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Overcast. Go and on all of them, please. We love more downloads. Go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating, and then go and write a review because AJ loves reading those things. And he does not read them if they are less than 5 stars. So you, as AJ once said, you can dog me with 4 stars. Do not praise me with anything less than. Well, you can dog me with 5 stars. Do not praise me with four.
Correct.
But anything less than five is upsetting. You can literally disrespect us with a 5-star rating and review. That's fine. But yeah, if you want to support the podcast with any contributions, we have patreon.com/Brazilian Dragon Productions, upcoming Patreon podcast that might be in your feeds already by the time you listen to this. Brazilian Dragon Games 9 with the great Ari Ferrari, Hunger Games Simulation, Survivor winners. There's 48 individual winners of Survivor. There's going to be 12 districts, and we're going to see who takes the cake. My money is on Savannah Louie because that girl is gonna stab people. I could see
Savannah
it.
Louie.
I
Interesting.
I haven't simulated it yet, so we don't know. You don't even know who that is, AJ, because AJ hasn't watched the new era.
She was the second boot on Survivor 50.
Excuse me, third boot. Kyle got medevaced.
Ah.
I think Savannah, and then if I'm going like old school, I think Todd is dangerous. Todd is dangerous. But yeah, Ari Ferrari, check your Patreon feed. So yeah, patreon.com/Brazilian Dragon Productions. You can also go subscribe to my Substack. I have some patron only or subscriber only posts there, and then also you can get the free versions of everything I'm doing on Substack for my general blasts. But otherwise, my main is at What the Fleep on Instagram. You can also follow me at the Brazilian Dragon on Instagram for comedy and podcast stuff. Thank you for bearing with my cold. I know this podcast wasn't my best version of myself, but you get the great Monsters Inc. recap when I'm sick, just like it was childhood when I was sick home from school watching Monsters Inc. on the Disney Channel. And yeah, just go subscribe to the podcast, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm really excited about what we have next. Next time we are off to the big blue world of Finding Nemo. But until next time, hop on a door. We are approaching the station. Obrigado for listening. Go Brazil. Bye.